And the game is over with Doug Russell.
It does mean something.
Nick Bruzowitz.
Beat him up in private.
And Dave Gasper.
Let's stay up all night long.
From Monroe Street to Lombardi Avenue.
There is your dagger.
This is your daily deep dive into the teams we love and the games we watch.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. And there it is. The Brewers will punch a ticket to the postseason.
Now here's Doug Russell.
You know, sometimes you just have to wallow in it. I think that we're just going to be wallowing in it a little bit.
A wallowing kind of day.
Yeah, kind of. Listen, we always lament listening to Chicago sports talk radio after they lose in horrific fashion. It's a thing. I had a general manager, not from Wisconsin, but managing a Wisconsin radio station, a talk station.
Yes.
It would drive him crazy, out of his mind, whenever any of us would say, yeah, we're listening to Chicago Sports Talk Radio, and you should listen to Sports Talk Radio in Chicago after they lose because it's just entertaining. He hated that. He did not understand that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's just, it's what you do. There's Schadenfreude all over
the chalice of Chicago fan tears.
Yes.
To some, perhaps.
He did not get that. How could you ever tell someone to go away from our radio station and listen to another? Well, this is what you do. I mean, It's just I tried to explain it to him once, and sometimes management folks, not always, sometimes management folks, they like to think that they understand everything when they don't.
Yes.
I'm sure no one listening to the sound of my voice has any idea of what I'm talking about.
Totally.
Because nobody has a boss that just doesn't understand what exactly you're trying to doesn't pick up what you're trying to put down.
Yeah, completely foreign concept. Bosses know everything.
Completely foreign. That's how they get to be the bosses, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he didn't get it. He didn't understand. And I know that in the last 48 hours, wait, my math is hard. 56 hours, give or take.
Yeah.
However long it's been since the calamity at Soldier Field happened. I'm sure there's been a lot of Schadenfreude on the other side. Congratulations to the Chicago Bears. Congratulations for beating the Packers' second team.
There you go.
Standing.
Yeah. Congratulations for beating Malik Willis.
A banged up Malik Willis. An injured Malik Willis.
An injured Malik Willis and Emmanuel Wilson and Luke Musgrave.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So
John Fitzpatrick tore his Achilles. Done. Bye.
So again, congratulations to the Chicago Bears. Listen, it's a win that counts in the standings.
Yeah.
You don't put an asterisk like it by it like Mike Ditka tried to do with the instant replay game from 1989. As I like to say, when you earn the L, you got to wear the L.
Yeah.
And right now, the Green Bay Packers, with the way that they played in the last couple of minutes of that game, Romeo Doubs a big part of that, but the defense couldn't stop anybody. The defense was an absolute sieve. You'd bottle up Caleb Williams in that offense, and which was banged up too. They didn't have Luther Burden. They didn't have Roma Dunze. They were banged up as well. So you bottle him up for 58 minutes, and then all of a sudden you think the game is over and you stop playing football. Yeah, that's a problem. And the Bears took advantage of that. And Romeo Doubs couldn't do the one when you're on the hands team.
Yeah. You're supposed to use your hands.
You got one job.
Yeah. You use your hands.
Yeah. Well, it's to secure the football.
Yeah.
Whether that's using your hands, using your body, using your legs, using whatever you got, bat the ball out of bounds. Doesn't matter. Your job is to not turn the football over. You have one job, and Romeo Doubs failed at that.
Yeah.
I know everybody wants to blame Rich Bisaccia. Oh, it's special teams this, special teams that, special that fumble is not on Rich Bisaccia. If you put most wide receivers are on the hands team for a reason.
Yeah.
You're the best, the player that has the best hands on your football team generally is your wide receiver and your wide receiving core. That's who you want out there. That's not Rich Bisaccia's fault. That's Romeo Doubs' fault and no one else's.
Yeah. As much as we'd like to pile on Rich Bisaccia for the special teams, mistakes, yeah, that one is not on him. Romeo has got to be able to get there. He's got to be able to catch that football. It was right there. It was right to him,
Mhm.
and he was just hesitant, kind of backing up, and it was
Doesn't matter.
it was he seemed scared of the football.
That is
Almost.
That is when, again, they call it the hands team for a reason. You get the ball, you fall on the ball. That's it. The game is over. Packers win.
Yeah.
Despite all of those injuries that we've been talking about, despite the fact that our sales manager asked me who the Packers' third-string quarterback was today. I was a little bit checked out yesterday. I had some stuff to do. I was, it was a long week. It was a short week, but it was a lot going on. And I forgot the name Clayton Tune, so I actually had to look up everything we need to know about Clayton Tune this week because
a Houston Cougar.
A Houston Cougar, yes, from Plano, Texas, just north of Dallas. He attended Hebron High School in Carrollton, Texas. Let's see, for his NFL career. I know he's with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep. 6'3", 215.
Yeah.
Standard quarterback size.
Yes, very standard quarterback size. First team all AAC in 2022.
Oh, no, that's a top-tier conference right there.
Right. Is that a power? That's not
power.
No, it is. Oh, no, it is not.
No, AAC, not ACC.
Yeah, it's not ACC. It's AAC.
Yeah, big difference. Yeah. American Athletic Conference.
Correct. His NFL statistics as of today: 23 passing attempts in the National Football League, 14 completions. Listen, that's a 61%, almost a 61% completion percentage.
Not horrible.
You'll take that. TD to interception. He's never thrown a TD. He's thrown 2 picks.
Ooh, not great.
But he's only thrown 2 picks. Jordan Love has more than 2 picks this year.
That's true.
He's also the starting quarterback.
He's also got more than 23 pass attempts this year.
Details. Passing yards, 70, and a passer rating of 29.3.
Ooh,
that's your
that's got third string quarterback written all over him.
That is your that right now is your healthiest quarterback.
Yeah, but hey, remember when the Packers had all their other third string quarterback options, and they said, you know what, we don't want any of these guys. We'll take Clayton Tune instead. We think he's better. So
he might be. I don't know.
He might be.
Yeah, he might be.
He's had basically the entire year to work with Matt LaFleur.
I thought it was still Taylor Elgersma, and that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, we were all in on the Canadian Canadian Air.
That's what I told Potsy. I'm like, it's
Air Canada. That's what it was.
I think he's the kid from Canada, Taylor something or other. And I forgot that they actually, for a moment, walking into the building, that because I just wanted to put yesterday. It's like I'll get to it when I start getting into the show and start thinking about things and everything. Sometimes you just need to rest your brain. And that was yesterday for me. You know what I did yesterday? I didn't leave the house. It was delightful. I did laundry all day and watched some football. But
there you go.
I watched
a little bit of bourbon.
Maybe.
A little bit of eggnog.
I hate eggnog.
Yeah.
Bourbon, yes. Eggnog, no.
Okay.
But
Glad we've got that.
I watched the crazy bonkers end of that Steelers-Lions game, which helps the Packers tremendously. The Packers are all but assured of a playoff spot. They're also all but assured of not winning the division after their loss to the Bears. It was still, and I will maintain this, and we talked, let's see, who did we ask last week? We asked Paul Brettel, who's coming up at the bottom of this hour. We asked Caitlin Sharkey last week as well, and our eye on the enemy. Who is this game bigger for? It was bigger for the Bears. It still was.
Yeah.
Still was.
Still was. Still is. And yeah, they're celebrating accordingly today. So,
but again, congratulations on beating the second team. That's great. Good for you.
Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. Hello to our friends in Chicago for listening today because they want to get their taste in of Wisconsin sports radio.
Win's a win. You guys got it. And again, no asterisk. We're not going to go all Ditka on you. Listen, I'm still jolly as you know what because world's tallest elf sweatshirt.
There we go. Now. See, I need that sweatshirt. That's what I need.
Yes,
because then I'd really be the world's tallest elf.
Well, right now I am, and you are considerably taller than I am.
Yeah, but
you're considerably taller than anyone else. I'm
not considering myself an elf then. I guess.
Perhaps. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. No, I like it.
What do you see tomorrow's?
Oh boy, is that? I mean, is this going to be another elf themed thing, or is it just Christmas related? Ugly Christmas sweater.
It'll be Christmas related.
Should I wear my ugly Christmas sweater?
Hell yeah! Why wouldn't you?
All right,
'tis the season. Come on.
All right, let's go.
Ho ho ho! We're jollies. A word I can't say on the radio.
Yeah. National Lampoon. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, I got a Christmas sweater that lights up, and I've got another one that matches with my dog.
Okay.
Which one should I go with?
I think bring Millie in and dress alike.
I don't know if we want Millie kind of hanging around here for her. I don't know how well that would go.
I don't know. Does she bark a lot?
Not a lot, but she certainly can, especially if she sees people or she feels like, stuck, like, in this room or something for a little bit. Like
some dogs take it better than that because when KB was here, he'd bring in Kenneth.
Yeah.
And Shanna used to bring in Freddie occasionally.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And they'd be fine. But Millie, I feel like, new environment should be a little different. Not quite as chill, probably.
That's fair.
So
that's fair. I mean, listen, get into the spirit. It's holiday season and everything. I mean,
absolutely.
Why wouldn't you? All right. So this is kind of favorite sports related gift, I guess, is one of the questions that we've got. I will put out a picture on the socials. So it was my Packers year, and I don't know what year it was. And I'll always hold this over my brother because he was a bit of a front runner when we were kids. And the team of the 1970s was Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
So he had a Pittsburgh Steelers helmet, jammies. So there's a Christmas morning picture.
There you go. Sounds like Nick Brusewitz.
Yeah, I think my brother Mike and Nick Brusewitz get along just fine. Now, Mike, again, a bit of a front runner, changed his allegiance in the 80s from the Steelers to the Giants because the Giants were winning Super Bowls in the 80s and he loved Lawrence Taylor at the time.
Of course.
Steelers are in the rearview mirror. Now I'm all New York Giants. I'm like,
fair weather fan.
Listen, Mike, come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
If you're going to be a Wisconsin sports fan, you have to embrace the suck because that just comes with it. Everyone, we all collectively as a sports fandom in the state of Wisconsin know that if you're going to be born into this, you're going to get kicked in the nuts occasionally.
Yes. And by occasionally, we mean all the time.
Yeah, pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So I will put that out there on the socials. But and I also got a Packers helmet that year too.
Ooh,
I should have brought in. I still have it. It's in my basement. I need to bring that thing in.
Yeah, there you go. You need to wear that tomorrow.
Maybe I'll wear that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
do the entire show wearing it.
Well, the headphones won't fit over it, and I don't know if it fits anymore. I mean, I got it when I was a kid. But it's a classic. A friend of mine that works at the Packers Hall of Fame inquired about whether or not I would ever like to donate that.
Oh.
And I'm like, I would, but maybe in my will.
Right. Yeah.
You can have it when I'm dead.
Right. There we go. I can bequeath it to the Green Bay Packers.
Because it's not dissimilar to the one that we had. I suppose we still need to go get the trailer at some point, don't we? It's still in Green Bay. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Someone's got to do that.
We got to go get, sorry to our friends at Midwest Communications. It's been in your parking lot for a few months. But there's a helmet that's real similar to that. So if you've ever been to the trailer that we had, that we brought to Green Bay and opened up, it gives out that same similar 70s vibe. So will this picture that I put out. I just got to go find it and put it out there, and I'll let you know when it's out there. But I mean, you've got the wood paneling, you got everything. It just screams 70s basement.
Yeah, smells kind of like asbestos a little bit, and
who's to say?
Yeah. Yeah, minor details.
I also had a full head of hair. There's no correlation whatsoever.
No, totally not
to any of that. So I do want to know what's your best sports related gift, because 'tis the season. Dave?
Right. Oh man. Let's see. Certainly a lot of jerseys, over the years.
Okay.
Jackson Churio jersey, Jimmy Nelson back in the day. So bunch of those that I'm thinking of off the top of my head here. Other than that, I mean, not entirely sure. I think it's been largely
a lot of jerseys.
I do have a lot of jerseys.
Okay.
I've got 15 to 20.
Get any tickets ever for a game that you wanted to go to, or a trip that you wanted to take, or anything like that? Anything unusual? An
not
autograph?
Really for Christmas.
A County Stadium brick, perhaps, although they were selling those for $1.
I did not get a County Stadium brick, sadly.
I have a County Stadium brick and a County Stadium seat.
Ooh,
that have both been banished to the basement.
Just hanging out down there next to your Packers helmets. And
it's starting to sound kind of sad, isn't it? My basement. It's like Doug's youth is in the basement of his house.
Yeah. What else is down there? Oh, just some creepy spent mattresses and some peeling wallpaper.
Have you been down there? Dave, are you living in my basement and I don't know about it?
Thankfully, no. Thankfully, I'm not.
Because you just named a bunch of stuff that's down there.
Yeah, the spent mattresses and the peeling wallpaper.
There's no peeling wallpaper.
Okay.
But let's see.
There is wallpaper.
No, there's no wallpaper.
Okay.
It's an unfinished basement. One of these days I'll get it done. Of course, I've been saying that for a decade.
Yeah.
So there's my childhood bed that's down there and the frame.
Childhood bed.
Yeah. When my parents moved, they didn't have room for it. They're like, do you want this? It's good furniture. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll have room for it somewhere at some point. And I still
Is it a race car or like?
No, what? It's just, it's a trundle bed. So it's got a bed underneath it. So and you roll it out so you can have like a sleepover or whatever. It's a really nice bed. The wood is, they don't make stuff like that anymore. They don't make it like this anymore. I think it's Amish furniture. And if you've ever had Amish furniture, that stuff will last you 10 lifetimes. That stuff is made incredibly well.
Yeah.
So I've got that in my basement.
And I think they do it all without Google.
Or nail guns.
Yeah.
But it's made really well. Hey, I can't argue with the craftsmanship.
No,
the craftsmanship is unbelievable. So I still have that in the basement. I still have my Packers helmet and probably some stuff that, my wife looks at me side-eyed and say, will you get rid of this stuff at some point? I thought, well, maybe I'll donate it to the Packers Hall of Fame. Who knows? Because it has been inquired about, but I'll bring it in tomorrow. I will try to remember to bring it in tomorrow.
Okay. Yes.
That is the best Christmas present sports-wise because I was like 8 at the time.
Yeah. It's hard to remember kind of like some of those from 8 years old, 9 years old, what exactly I got for Christmas some of those years. But
why do I remember? I don't know. It's a lot longer away than me.
Yeah, it is. So I got no idea, but yeah, I'd love to hear everyone else's, favorite sports Christmas gift. And I'm assuming there's going to be more, being added to the list after this year. I would hope so. We got to get some great presents under the tree this year.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's have a good Christmas. And we would love to hear from you on the NicoleLaw.com talk and text line 877-794-1973. And part of it is because we're still kind of wallowing about Saturday night. Yeah. And we're trying to turn the page, look forward to something.
Something happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, 'tis the season. Ho, ho, ho. All that Merry Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jeff writes on the talk and text line, are we a dangerous invite to the playoffs? Why? Get a kick out of the sports speak that if a starter goes down, it's next man up, but then reference second team. So what is it? So which is it that you believe? Keep up the good work, Jeff, and move on. So there's a couple of different schools of thoughts on that, Jeff. Number one, next man up is pap. It's nonsense. Next man up is nonsense.
It's what the team has to tell themselves.
It's what the team, it's the rallying cry because you don't have anything else.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that a coach can say. That's the only thing that players can say because they're not going to say, like leading up to the Bears game last week, they're not going to sit there in the locker room and say, yeah, we are sunk without Micah Parsons. Yeah. I don't know how we're going to do this. We're done. They're not going to say that. Then you've lost the game before you've walked into the stadium. You have to do something. You have to convince yourself. You have to psych yourself up to say, all right, it's next man up and we can do this. And for 58 minutes, they did. For 58 minutes, the Packers defense Johnson's up Caleb Williams. Yeah, they were dealing with their own injuries as well. I recognize that, respect that, understand that. And they were saying, listen, they were saying next man up. The Bears were all week long as well. So when you say that, next man up and have to have that mental, that's just psychological. That's psychobabble.
Yeah, it's what you got to do because if you're Matt LaFleur, you can't just go out there and just kind of pull a Michael Scott. You can't do that. That's not going to work. That's not going to rally the troops. That's not going to get them fired up to win a football game. And, despite being on their second team, despite losing Jordan Love in the second quarter and going with Malik Willis, despite losing John Fitzpatrick to a torn Achilles, despite Josh Jacobs not playing at all really late in the game, despite all of that, they still nearly won that game. They still would have won if Romeo Doubs just fell on the football as he should have. They still would have been able almost to pull it. I know almost doesn't really almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, but still, like, they were almost there. Despite being on the second team, despite all that they had lost in that game. Like, the next man, I mean, Malik Willis did kind of step up as that next man.
Oh, he did.
I mean, Emmanuel Wilson.
And we've seen this before from him too, and we've seen it from Emmanuel Wilson too.
Yeah, Emmanuel Wilson stepped up, 14 carries, 82 yards, averaged 5.9 a carry.
Yep.
I mean, he was pretty solid as well. So they still almost got it done, but just ran out of gas at the end.
Rum just needed to fall on the ball.
Just fall on it, dude.
Just fall. I mean, this
is the hands team.
Yeah, you had one job.
Get the football.
I mean, Brandon Bostic.
It's not going to hurt you.
When Brandon Bostic did what happened, at the 2014 NFC Championship game, it affected his life.
Oh, yeah.
And he had to come through on the other side, and he's been an advocate for mental health ever since. He's actually taken that terrible moment of his career and turned it into the biggest positive that he could possibly do that. But if he had to do it over again,
his job was blocking.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone after that ball.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have it's right there, I'm going to grab it. Because that wasn't his job.
No, his job was blocking. Romeo, this was your job.
This was your job. This was your job. Fall on the ball. Just grab it, fall on it, game over.
Yeah.
Get one first down, or at least run the ball a few times, force them to, I think they
use their timeouts.
Use your timeouts, because they screwed up the clock by kicking the field goal. When they kicked the field goal, they lost that free timeout.
Yeah.
So all you had, just fall on the ball. That's it. And everything else goes away. But yes, to Jeff's point, next man up that's just what else you got to do?
That's what you tell the team.
That's what you tell the team.
That's what you got to do. That's what the players have to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, for the backups in there behind them. Yeah. It's like, I mean,
it's next
you
man
have to have some belief in yourself in order to be able to get the job done.
Sure, and you're not the starter for a reason.
Yeah.
You're the backup.
They know Micah Parsons is better. They know Jordan Love is better.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, he's down. I got to step in. I got to fill in. It's my time to shine now. It's next man up. It's my turn to be up. This is my opportunity.
They don't pay me as much as that guy, but they do pay me still.
Yes.
So I still have to go in.
While I'm still getting paid.
And I still have to be a professional. I'm not getting the same paycheck, but that's because he's better than me.
Yeah. But right now he's out. So I got to step in,
and maybe I can go.
And I'm the best
myself.
Option. That's healthy. That's available right now.
And I maintain that Malik Willis could probably start for maybe 10 teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he's putting that on tape right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. He did a really good job.
Yeah, he always does. He's a good quarterback. He really is.
Yeah.
He just need an opportunity to play. And we'll see what happens with him in free agency in the offseason. I wish him well.
Yeah, and he just needed to get out of Tennessee because that is an incompetent organization. But hey, they beat the Chiefs, who have stopped caring or trying. But
yes, they have.
Yeah.
Yes, they have. The dynasty. Listen, they had a great dynasty. They had a great run.
Yeah.
They may experience some suck on the other side, but they still have Mahomes.
Yeah. They still got Mahomes for, however long. I mean, he'll be coming back next year. And then you think, oh, well, at least we got Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew is now gone.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And the Packers have Clayton Tune, their only healthy quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. We got some rolling in on the talk and text line. Keep them coming. 877-794-1973. We will spin through the talk and text line on the other side. Also, Paul Brettel from the Wisconsin State Journal, ESPN Lacrosse, and NBC 26. He's going to join us coming up at, about 10 minutes from now as well. We'll have a top of the hour updates coming up at 11 o'clock with Dave Gasper. We'll hear from Matt LaFleur. We'll hear from Nick Osen. We got a full show for you here. Let's see, it's Christmas's Eve. So it's Christmas's, anyway, it's December 22nd. Tomorrow is Festivus.
Yes. So are we going to air our grievances tomorrow?
Hell yeah.
All right.
We'll do that.
Let's go.
Start thinking of your grievances.
Oh, I've got
because I got some problems with you people.
And you're going to hear about them.
Somebody waits for you. Kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Want to watch D.N.D? They're live on YouTube, Facebook, and X right now.
There you go.
There we go.
Just search 97.3 The Game. The Packers lose their second straight, falling in Chicago.
Straight I formation backfield. Motion by Komet to the right side. Under center, Caleb Williams on 1st and 10 takes the snap, takes the handoff. Works to his right. Now looks. Rainbows. Deep down the left side for DJ Moore. Over the shoulder catch. Touchdown, Chicago. They beat Keyshawn Nixon. And the game is over. 22-16, Chicago. Unbelievable.
Where do the Packers go from here?
That's football, right? And you got to stay resilient. And I've said it many times. That's, in my opinion, whether it's football or life, that's the key. Just staying resilient. You roll up your sleeves, you get back to work, and you continue to fight. And that's what our guys will do.
We're talking about what's next for the Pack all day on The Game.
Milwaukee, home to beer, brats, and baseball. The best fans on the planet known to man. And who could forget those sweet, sweet powder blues? A symbol of blue skies, bat cracks, and ball hawks. To honor that, the team is introducing a blast from the past for the upcoming 2026 season. A blast so big, it might turn you blue. Introducing the brand new powder blue alternate road uniforms. So recognizable, it'll have you reminiscing on County Stadium and Harvey's Wallbangers. Just ask All-Star flamethrower Jacob Mizarowski. How are we feeling, Jacob?
Pretty good.
I must say you look outstanding. And now you too can don the blues, just like Jacob. Available now at your local Brewers team store. Go Brewers.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Rick Springfield to get some insight on his latest release, Rocket Science.
It's a guitar-based record for sure, and I love big hooks, and not a country record at all. It's a rock and roll record, but it does have some country elements.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from Rick Springfield and all your favorite artists.
We had a picture on the wall back through the years of our children, and as they grew older, why that would be changed. And finally our daughter married, had 2 sons. And there was a picture of the 2 boys, and we had that picture on the wall. Well, time went by, and I said to them, well, now you boys have married and you have children. That picture's getting a little behind in time. So finally the gang all come in at Christmas. Presents were opened, everybody having a good time. And finally the boy said, here's one that hasn't been opened yet. So I opened it up, and there was about a 18 by 24 color picture of all the children and all the grandchildren. And that brought tears to my eyes to see that and see them on the wall. And especially I can walk to each one of the children's home from our home. So we don't have to leave town to see the family.
Hey there, people. This is Mark Maron, and I host the podcast WTF with Mark Maron, which is available on iHeartRadio. Honestly, I think we could all listen to each other a little bit more, and I think it's a healthy thing. I listen to all sorts of people, comedians, actors, musicians, directors, writers, even a president. They come into my garage, and we have a conversation about all the big stuff in life. Go check it out, WTF with Mark Maron, right here on iHeartRadio.
Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1973.
In November of 73, Billy Joel's second album yields a minor hit with Piano Man, which goes to number 25.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right.
Ringo Starr continues his solo success with the number 2 album and 3 top 10 hits, including 2 number 1s, Photograph and You're 16. Meanwhile, John Lennon releases his 4th solo album, Mind Games, which goes to number 9 in the U.S. And in December, the single Taking Care of Business drives the second album by Canadian rock band Bachman Turner Overdrive to number 4. Emerson, Lake and Palmer released their 4th album, Brain Salad Surgery, which goes to number 11. And after passing away in a plane crash in September, Jim Croce has a posthumous number 1 with Time in a Bottle.
Looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1973. Coming up.
December 22nd. Nick is back tomorrow. Who's this?
Kelly Clarkson.
I like this. I'm going to add it to my playlist.
Oh, yeah, it's very good.
I have a Christmas playlist. I don't.
Kelly Clarkson's Christmas album is absolutely fantastic.
All right, let's. Do you Spotify or do you Apple?
I Spotify.
Okay, I Apple. So I'm going to add that. That's good. This is nice.
Yeah.
Nice upbeat. Good stuff.
Yeah, underneath the tree.
We are hosting my in-laws for Christmas Eve. We do that every year, though.
Ooh, okay.
So Erica likes the Bing Crosby classics. I like a little bit more modern.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna slide this.
Her
one.
Wrapped in Red Christmas album, one of my favorites. Got just a ton of great ones on it.
All right, I'm gonna add the whole thing.
Okay.
To the Christmas playlist because it depends on whose phone gets the speaker.
Oh,
like who gets the
you got to get the aux cord. You got to be able to get control of the Bluetooth speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to be the DJ Dougie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
DJ Dougie Fresh.
I mean, it's kind of right there in front of you, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Kelly Clarkson. Oh, there it is. Kelly Clarkson Christmas Essentials.
Kelly Clarkson Wrapped in Red. This is the album.
Oh, there it is. Wrapped in Red. Got it.
Yep.
Add to playlist and Christmas and done.
Boom.
There you go.
There we
Dave.
go.
Well done, Dave.
Thank you.
Nick is back tomorrow.
Yes.
He has sent a couple of photographs to us.
Yeah. Lots of palm trees down there in Miami.
Very warm down there in Miami. I was hoping that he would send some pictures of the yacht, but I'm guessing that it being a bachelor party that he is at, there may not be phones that are allowed.
Yeah. What happens on the yacht stays on the yacht.
Sometimes it's just better that way.
Yeah.
All right. Short segment here. 877-794-1973. Paul Brettel is waiting in the wings. We're going to get to him in just a second as the Packers lose on Saturday night to the Chicago Bears 22-16. Want to get an update as far as all of the injuries that are happening with this team as well. Spin through the talk and text line. Phil writes, hey, Doug, it's actually great that the best memories of your life are in your basement. The other half were lost in Oshkosh bars. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Let's see. Randcorp writes, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that Packers team, whomever was in. They sucked it up and looked bleeping great until they let it get away at the end. Please give Malik proper respect. He looked great and stepped in beautifully. Yeah, he did. Malik was great.
Yeah. Not saying anything bad about Malik at all.
Malik, I've said Malik could start for probably 10 teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So I think he's a good quarterback. I really do. One of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. Let's see. Ted in the 920. Next man up isn't nonsense. Tom Brady was next man up. Okay. Brett Favre was the next man up. No, he wasn't. RoboCop 2 was next man up. Okay. I'll give you RoboCop.
Okay.
Tom Brady was next man up. He was a 6th round draft choice. He was an afterthought. Drew Bledsoe went down. Brady came in and became the greatest quarterback of all time. Brett Favre was traded by Ron Wolf for a 1st round draft choice. He was drafted to be the Packers quarterback, or he was traded to be the Packers quarterback. He was never next man up, nor was Aaron Rodgers, nor was Jordan Love. They were never next man up. They were the anointed
successor. Yeah.
That's what they were.
Yeah.
I'll give you Brady. I'll give you RoboCop too.
Okay. Yeah.
I won't give you Favre though.
No.
But listen, in the NFL, you gave me one example.
Yeah.
And it's an unusual.
It's the greatest of all time example.
It's the one trump card that you can use, I suppose, but it's only one guy.
Yeah.
Next man up is kind of nonsense. It's what we have to say.
Yeah.
It's what we have to say.
And look, and there are occasions, I mean, like Tom Brady is obviously an extreme example for what it can turn into.
Kurt Warner was next man up. So there's a few.
Yeah, and there's going to be guys, I mean, whether it's, at quarterback or linebacker or offensive line or wherever across the board, there's going to be guys that, they get pressed into those kinds of opportunities because of an injury, and they can do pretty well, and they can earn further opportunities. Like they can maybe be starters for a little bit, or they can earn at least, more playing time thereafter, even when the other guy comes back, from injury or whatever it is. So you can still earn those opportunities and still, make that ascension to that next level in your career because of an injury, because you were that next man up. You stepped in beautifully. Okay. Now, even though the guy's back, you can get that job elsewhere, perhaps, or you can get another opportunity to maybe take over that starting job next season. Something.
Lou Gehrig was next man up.
Yeah,
that's how Wally Pipped.
Yeah,
entered our
Andrew
vernacular.
Vaughn was next man up. He was hanging out in AAA.
Sure.
And they're like, oh no, we're just gonna keep him down there for a while. Oh, Reese Hoskins hurt his thumb. Next man up.
Occasionally it works.
Occasionally,
not often, but
not
occasionally,
all the time.
But occasionally. Paul Brettel, just based on our schedule, he is quite literally next man up, but not because of any injury or anything. He's in the starting lineup, and he's going to join us coming up after the break. Stay with us. The NicoletLaw.com talk and text line will continue to spin through your messages. Always love hearing from you guys. 877-794-1973. It's Doug, Nick. Nick's gone. He'll be back tomorrow. And Dave, don't forget Festivus is tomorrow. So
yes.
Get your grievances ready. We don't have any grievances with Paul Brettel, but he is coming up straight ahead. Again, literally next man up. Stay with us on the game.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
D.N.D. will be back in just a moment. A tough loss for Green Bay and Chicago.
And here it is. It bounds, kicks up into the air, and is caught. And the ball is loose. And a pile up outside the 45-yard line to the far right sidelines. It appeared that ball was caught, I believe, by Romeo Doubs. And it's Chicago football.
We're analyzing every angle of the loss all day on the game.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Time for family, friends, and Packers football.
There is your dagger!
From your home for the best Packers coverage to you.
Touchdown, Green Bay Packers!
Happy holidays.
It's the happiest season of all.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Steve Miller Band songs that you've thumbed up. Number 3. Take the Money and Run.
Bobby Sue, took the money and run. Go on, take the money and run. Go on, take the money and run.
Number 2. Rockin' Me.
I know that it's true that all the things that I do will come back to me in my sweet time. So keep on rocking me, baby. Keep on rocking me, baby.
Number 1. The Joker.
I play my music in the sun. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. I give my loving on the run.
Hear more from the Steve Miller Band and similar artists now. Search for Steve Miller Band on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Now, a year in rock spotlight. 1975.
In November, Queen's fourth album is a worldwide smash with the single Bohemian Rhapsody. It hits number 1 in the UK and number 4 in the US. Fast forward to December, Bob Marley and the Wailers released their live album recorded at 2 concerts in London in July. And Paul Simon has a number 1 album with Still Crazy After All These Years. The album produces 4 top 10 hits.
Hop on the bus, you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1975. Coming up.
When my husband and I were first married, our first Christmas, we didn't have very much money. And so we were going to go to the woods and find a Christmas tree. And we started out one cold day and the snow was deep. And we tramped and tramped and tramped trying to find a tree. And I had it in my mind, a beautiful Christmas tree. So nothing that we came to suited. And we crossed the creek. My husband stepped in the creek and filled his boot with icy water. And he said, the next tree we come to is going to be the tree we cut. And we went on a little ways and we found this poor little white pine. So we took it to the house and every ornament that we put on it bowed the branches way down. And some of our friends saw it that year, and as sure as Christmas comes around this year, they'll remind us when they see our beautiful, beautifully decorated tree this year, they'll remind us of that poor little white pine that stood in our living room our first Christmas.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Welcome back in, D.N.D. Doug, Nick, and Dave on this Monday, December 22nd. No Nick's Day. He'll be back tomorrow, assuming that the plane gets in okay. Assuming
Hopefully.
the weather's actually not terrible. If the plane wants to land at Austin Straubel with any spare parts for any Packers players, they would probably take that because this is, as they say, one banged up unit.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. And they just keep on getting more banged up every single week.
They do. Paul Brettel joins us now. Usually joins us on Friday, but we don't have a Friday show today from the Wisconsin State Journal, from ESPN Lacrosse, and NBC 26. And Paul, have they contacted you about how many yards you can throw a football yet?
They have not, and that's not a question that I don't think anyone wants the answer to.
Can you block?
I certainly can't do that either.
Okay. Boy, where to start? It's obvious to say that if Romeo Doubs falls on the ball with 2 minutes left to play, the Packers probably win that game. But it goes beyond that because momentum had shifted so violently, it just felt while you're watching that game that it all just kind of fell apart at once, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. And I wrote about this right after the game. It was, again, like you said, the onside kick is, I think, what will stick out to most, but there was just a combination of so many self-inflicted errors. I mean, the Bears were in a 3rd and 20 when it was 16-6. And as Warren Brinson, and I think it's a football play, right? Sometimes your hand just gets in the wrong spot, right? He grabbed Caleb Williams' face mask as he was bringing him down. And instead of it being a sack and Chicago facing a 4th and 26 down by 10 points, now they get a first down at the Packers' 30-yard line. They kick the field goal to make it a one-score game. There was the onside kick, 4th and 4. With the Bears going for the game-tying touchdown. Jeff Hafley, I thought, dialed up an excellent play call with the all-out pressure that did get to Caleb Williams. Williams made a terrific throw, as he often does, and there was a blown coverage on the back end to a wide-open Bears receiver. There was the fumbled snap in overtime as the Packers were on the cusp of field goal range. And what magnified all of that, what made all of that matter as much as it did, was that the Packers were 0 for 5 in the red zone. The offense moved the ball quite well throughout the game, but out of a possible 35 points they could have scored, if they would have scored a touchdown on every single trip, they ended up with only 9. They had a fumble on one possession, a failed 4th down attempt on another, where they didn't even leave the red zone with any points. So if even one of those possessions is a touchdown, those mistakes that I just mentioned at the end of the game, they might not have even mattered because the Packers might have been up by more than the touchdown that they were at that point in the game. So there's a lot of things that we can point to, and so many things in those final minutes had to go wrong, had to go in the Bears' direction, and they all did.
Yeah, Paul, and one of those other things that went wrong in this game, the Josh Jacobs fumble there in the 3rd quarter. I mean, there's never a good time for a fumble, but were you at least a little surprised that we didn't really see Josh Jacobs at all after that? There was no injury with Jacobs, but we just didn't see him out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was certainly surprised just given, right, who he is, his role within the offense, and the way that Matt LaFleur described it to us yesterday. It sounded like it was a combination of, again, Jacobs is working through that knee contusion that he suffered in Week 11 against the New York Giants. Like, he did not practice at all coming into this game, which is very noteworthy because Josh Jacobs not only doesn't want to miss practice, he wants to be a part of every practice rep. But that's part of kind of the weekly plan that the Packers have in place just to minimize impact on that knee to keep the swelling down, because that's the biggest thing for him right now, as he's talked about, is the swelling, and then that limits his range of motion within the knee. So they're trying to limit that throughout the week, but this is a very real injury that he is continuing to work through. So it sounded like that may have been a part of the equation. And also LaFleur said he really liked the way that Emmanuel Wilson was running. I think Wilson finished with 82 rushing yards on just 14 carries. I mean, he was finding a lot of success. So the way LaFleur described it, it was kind of a combination of those two things that led to Jacobs not seeing any touches following that fumble. But to your question, yeah, I mean, anytime that, especially late in games, critical situations, as you don't see Josh Jacobs on the field, you're going to be a little bit surprised by that.
Will they need Josh Jacobs to play quarterback on Saturday?
They might. He is one of the, as LaFleur said, him and Jaden Reed are the emergency quarterbacks. And we all know Love's going through the concussion protocol right now. And LaFleur said on Sunday that Malik Willis is also dealing with a right shoulder injury. I believe that occurred on the final play of regulation when he was sacked by Montez Sweat. It looked like as he got up, he was holding that shoulder. He did, as we know, finish the game. But this is a real injury again that Willis is working through. And, once the Packers are back on the practice field tomorrow on Tuesday, and we can kind of see who's out there, are they limited participants, full participants, we'll have at least a better baseline heading into the upcoming week in terms of not just quarterback, but in general, where things stand injury wise for this team. But yeah, there's some very real uncertainty that the Packers are dealing with at quarterback. Again, Love and Willis, because of those injuries. And I asked LaFleur, especially at that position, right? Just those unknowns, does that change anything throughout the week for them? And he said process-wise, how they go about their day, their week, all that's going to remain the same. But he did admit, and as you'd expect, things get a little bit more complicated, right? In terms of, all right, who might we have, who might not be out there? What do the practice plans look like? So there's going to have to be a lot of ongoing conversations throughout the week.
Paul, we've been talking quite a bit earlier on in the show here about next man up. Next guy has to step in when an injury happens. Who's the next man up at tight end? Because now John Fitzpatrick is out for the season. It seems like I think Luke Musgrave is the only healthy tight end on the roster. Who's next man up there?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the Packers are hoping that obviously Josh Wiley can return this week. He missed last week's game because of a concussion. So he at least provides them with some depth. And he, as the weeks have gone on, his role within the offense has expanded. He fills kind of that H-back role, right? We see him lined up in the backfield. We see him lined up in line. He's that move tight end who can fill a variety of roles within the offense. And that can be a valuable aspect to what Matt LaFleur draws up from a game plan perspective, just in terms of throwing different looks at opposing defenses. But even if Wiley does return, you're going to need more than two tight ends on your roster. So I very much think that we're going to see the Green Bay Packers go out and make an addition. Now, who that might be off someone's practice squad, and I guess I'm not really sure who's out there in a free agent sense. That will have to wait and see. But just from a pure depth standpoint, they're going to have to add someone. And LaFleur said that he's had conversations with Brian Gutekunst. They have a plan in place. So my guess is it's going to have to be an outside addition, because the two tight ends that they have on the practice squad, Castles and Dabney, they're young players, no regular season NFL snaps. And that just feels like a really big step that the Packers would ask them to take, to be relying on one of them to play in a game, come off the bench, be available on game day. So my guess is there's going to be an outside addition at some point.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do we know about McCallum Castles and Drake Dabney, the two tight ends that are on the roster? The only thing that I know about Castles is what I read on the roster, that he's a first-year player out of Tennessee or second-year player out of Tennessee. Dabney's a rookie out of TCU. I mean, on one hand, they're on the practice squad for a reason. They're familiar with the offense. But at this late stage of the game, assuming the Packers do need to make a move, because they'll have a roster move with Fitzpatrick going on injured reserve, because they'll open up one on the 53. I mean, you got to have somebody who's at least got some familiarity. Is there anyone out there that could possibly step in that knows the offense? I have my doubts, to be honest with you. And you might want to just go with the younger player that at least has been in the building.
Yeah, there is definitely going to be that continuity aspect, right, that Dabney and Castles would bring to the offense, right, just from going through practices, meeting rooms, all of that. As far as where the Packers might look, again, I'm not familiar with what tight ends are on which practice squads, but teams I would be looking at, right, might be the LA Rams, the San Francisco 49ers, the Minnesota Vikings, right? Offenses that come from that Shanahan, Sean McVay coaching tree. Because in terms of the plays, the offense, terminology, there's going to be overlap with what the Green Bay Packers do.
That's fair.
And in Matt LaFleur's system. So those are teams that I'd be looking at. Jacksonville Jaguars with Liam Cohen, another Sean McVay member of that coaching tree, right? So those are the teams I'd be looking at. And I think if you're the Packers, right, you want to check that box for the familiarity and then just some NFL experience, right? Someone who's had some in-game reps, someone who you can look at and say they've got that experience under the belt. So at least there can maybe be some stability if you do have to rely on them.
Paul, when you look at this NFC playoff picture, we saw the Seahawks beat the Rams this week, a little bit of a shakeup there, with kind of no real kind of runaway favorite in this conference. Do you think, even just getting into the playoffs, even as banged up as Packers are, what do you feel about their chances of making it through that kind of muddled mess of the NFC?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And I think that is for Packers fans out there, right? That should be what you're holding on to at this time, because there just doesn't feel like there's that game where if the Packers, even if they end up on the road against the Rams or on the road against Seattle, like I think going into that game, you could very reasonably justify, all right, here's 3 reasons why I can see the Packers winning that game. Whereas last season, the Packers got to 11 wins going into that Philadelphia game. Like that just felt very bleak, right? Not sure how many were truly confident that the Green Bay Packers could go into Philadelphia and win that game, especially with how they had finished out the season. So I think that's the thing for Packers fans to hold on to. And if Jordan Love is under center, right, with the way he had been playing up to this point, I mean, when you have high-level play at the quarterback position, even if there are injuries at other positions on the field, you're going to at least give yourself a chance. So I think just like you said, Dave, the overall uncertainty of the NFC, that lends itself to the Packers still being able to potentially make a run. But admittedly, that's going to be a taller task now, right? Because the NFC North title at this point, Packers have to win out, Bears have to lose out. And if that scenario doesn't happen, they're going to have to go on the road for 3 consecutive games. And that's not an easy task either.
Who would have thought that Aaron Rodgers would help the Packers get to the playoffs one more time? Who knew? Paul, we appreciate the time so much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and yours. And we will talk to you coming up next week. No show for us on Friday, but of course, we've all got the game, and we'll see you on Saturday night at Lambeau Field.
Merry Christmas, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, there he goes. Paul Brettel from the Wisconsin State Journal does great work there. Also from ESPN Lacrosse, contributor on NBC 26, a contributor for us here on the Game Radio Network as well. One of the best on the beat, as they say, and we're happy to have him on our team.
Absolutely. He's fantastic.
100%. All right. Hour number 1 is in the books. We got a top of the hour sports update with Dave coming up in just a couple minutes. We'll hear from Packers coach Matt LaFleur. He had some things to say yesterday. He will not meet the media at all today. So because they're on a Saturday, today is treated like they're Tuesday. So it's a Monday, but in football world, it's treated as a Tuesday. So we won't have any Packers, anything today at all at Lambeau. All right.
You are listening to D.N.D. with Doug, Nick, and Dave.
This pains me to say this, but Dave's right.
Hey, why does that pain you to say? I'm right quite a bit, I think.
Middays here on the Game. A tough loss for Green Bay and Chicago.
Stack right, slot left. Williams takes a shotgun snap. Rushed hard by Brenton Cox. Throws right side of the end zone. And he's got White wide open. Touchdown. Corner of the end zone. A Hail Mary pass with Brenton Cox all over him. And Keyshawn Nixon, somehow, some way, didn't finish the play. Didn't get back there.
We're analyzing every angle of what went wrong all day on the Game.
Wisconsin Badger basketball.
Back to the Kohl Center this Monday night when the Badgers host Central Michigan. Matt LeFay's pregame show at 6:30, tip at 7 on News Talk 1130 WISN.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1973.
Singer when the hours just for today. Never tomorrow, the good Lord will take you away.
Boston band Aerosmith released their debut album at Ferris Borley. It would be re-released in '76 and yield a top 10 hit, Dream On.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, right on that.
Elvis Presley's live TV special, Aloha from Hawaii, is watched by more than 1 billion people worldwide and introduces the world to the rhinestone white jumpsuit. In February of '73, Alice Cooper has a #1 album with Billion Dollar Babies, along with 3 top 40 singles. Elton John also has a #1 album and his first #1 single with Crocodile Rock. Paul McCartney and Wings have a #1 single with My Love, and the Stooges signed to Columbia Records and released their final album, Raw Power, produced by David Bowie. In March, Pink Floyd releases the now legendary Dark Side of the Moon. It goes to #1 and becomes one of the best-selling albums of all time.
And everything under the sun is in you. And the sun is a great spot of you.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1973. Coming up.
We couldn't wait to get out of church to go over to my grandma Grusha's. There would just be a mass of people there, and the long table in the dining room would be set up with foods that would just drive you crazy. And my grandmother's Christmas gifts were cookies that she made and all other kind of goodies that you could think of. My Uncle Frank, he'd be just coming down the stairs and he'd wash his face in the sink, and you'd sit there and go, oh, there's Uncle Frank. He was the wood carver. He would carve all kinds of beautiful things, and you'd get one wooden carved thing. I got a fish one year, and I really enjoyed that fish. After eating, I would always ask my grandmother that I could go up in the attic and watch the stormy weather coming in over the bay. And there were all kinds of good things up there. Trunks of antiquities were up there for me to peruse. But then you could always go down and get warmed up around the Christmas tree, and all the folks would just be filling that little house on the bayfront. I really loved that place.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Journey songs that you thumbed up. Number 3, Separate Ways, Worlds Apart.
Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you. Oh, we touched away our separate ways.
Number 2, Any Way You Want It.
Beautiful change. She said, any way you want it, that's the way it needs. Any way you want it, oh. I said, any way you want it, that's the way it needs. Any way you want it.
Number 1, Don't Stop Believing.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street light, people.
Hear more from Journey and similar artists now. Search for Journey on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Listen to us live 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app and watch our shows each weekday on YouTube, Facebook, and X. We are the game.
Woo!
He's very knowledgeable, very intelligent guy, very personable guy.
Here's Dave Gasper.
Well, it's not the Victory Chicken Monday we were all hoping for the Green Bay Packers, as they had themselves a chance. They were up 16-9. All they needed to do was recover the onside kick.
And here it is. It bounds, kicks up into the air, and is caught. And the ball is loose. And a pile up outside the 45-yard line to the far right sidelines. It appeared that ball was caught, I believe, by Romeo Doubs. And it's Chicago football.
We are all Larry in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very frustrating. It was very frustrating.
Yep. Could not quite get it done. Could not quite hold on to it. And then Romeo Doubs ends up with a wrist injury after that whole scrum and ends up not playing on the drive in overtime. And I almost wonder if that's just kind of like a pride injury. Like, oh, after all that happens, like, my wrist. It hurts.
I don't know.
Your wrist probably would have been fine if you just caught the ball, but minor details.
Just fall on it. Just fall on it. And I know, like, talking about in the first hour, everybody's calling for Rich Bisaccia's head. Well, that ain't the play to call for Rich Bisaccia's head on. If you want to call for his head on some other stuff, okay. The coverage at times haven't been great. Daniel Whelan's been very good this year. Brandon McManus, after he got healthy, was very good this year. Listen, I give a lot of credit to the kickers on Saturday night. Cairo Santos was really good for the Bears, but Brandon McManus was pretty damn good for the Packers as well, playing with that incredible wind. So, I mean, I know that there's a lot that falls at Bisaccia's feet, and I get it. I understand it. I respect it, but that ain't the play to get pissed off about, at least as far as Rich. That's on Rome. He's got to fall on that ball, and he knows that. He's a professional, for crying out loud.
Yeah, he does, but they end up not getting the win. They lose 22-16 in overtime. But they do get some help from Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers as they took on the Detroit Lions, and they held on, although the Lions, they were trying to make it very interesting at the end. They were driving. It was 4th down and goal, final few seconds of the game. And then, you throw it to Amon-Ra. He's a little bit short. Then he tries to lateral it back to Jared Goff, who takes it into the end zone.
Touchdown!
But
What?
There's a flag. Ref, can we get an explanation?
Major call. The ruling on the field is a touchdown. However, number 14 on the offense. By rule, that penalty is not enforced, and there is no
Wait,
replay.
it's not enforced?
The game is over. There is no touchdown.
I mean, the penalty was enforced.
Yeah, he kind of misspoke a little bit there because he said the penalty is not enforced. No replay. The game is over. As far as those fans were concerned, the Lions just won.
Yes, because the original call on the field was touchdown. The fans went nuts, and they probably didn't hear the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then they see the Steelers celebrating on the field. They're like, what happened?
Yeah. OPI, offensive pass interference, because he just blew up Jalen Ramsey and just shoved him to the side. And then... then he ends up getting called for OPI. There's no time left. And since it's an offensive foul, you don't get an untimed down for that. So game's over.
So what has to happen now for the Lions to make the playoffs is the Packers have to lose out and they have to win out. So the Packers aren't going to win the division. We know that.
Yeah.
And they're also probably locked into a playoff spot. Now, you know what I think about statistics and probability statistics.
Yeah.
I think they're garbage. I think they're made up. I think it's nonsense.
Yeah.
However,
I
saw that there is a 94% chance that the Packers make the playoffs.
Yeah. The numbers aren't garbage when we like them.
No, it's still a garbage number.
Oh, okay.
You still have to go out and perform. You still have to go out and win at least a game or hope the Lions lose a game.
I've got a probability for you. I've got a 94% probability that we get a punishment handed down of DK Metcalf, who took a punch at a fan.
Was that wrong?
During the game? Yeah, a little wrong. It tends to be frowned upon in most places.
I mean, if you want to be
grabs
sensitive
a fan
about
with
those
like
kind
a
of things.
blue wig that was apparently yelling at him. So like he grabbed him, then tried to punch at him. I think he missed, but still, I've got a feeling he's going to end up getting some punishment handed down from the Shield from the NFL on that today. But DK Metcalf still ends up getting the win on the field at the very least. But who didn't get the win was the Milwaukee Bucks. They lost 103 to 100 yesterday to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And you get a foul late by Kyle Kuzma that Doc Rivers didn't exactly want Kyle Kuzma to do.
Yeah, that was just a bad foul. He said he heard someone yelling foul, but we got to know the situation. Each individual, we came out of the timeouts. We knew that we couldn't foul. I thought that just killed the clock for us. Now, if they were already down like 6 seconds, stuck with the ball. It doesn't mean Anthony Edwards wouldn't have scored. We don't know that, but that was a tough foul for us.
So Kyle Kuzma, who has been in the league since 2017.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
He did not have the situational basketball awareness to know, hey, this is not a situation I should be fouling in.
Right. Correct.
Despite Doc telling them all in the huddle, hey, don't foul.
I mean,
he says, oh, I heard someone yell foul, so I fouled.
So, I mean, you can forgive Kyle Kuzma, him having just started picking up a basketball, a couple of days ago to not understand situational awareness. This is why the Bucks suck right now. I didn't want to have to realize that it was happening this soon.
Yeah, it was fast.
But the Bucks are on the back end of the suck right now, and they're on the back end of their closed championship window.
Yep.
And it's not.
I think they're on the front end of the suck.
Yeah, they're on the front end of the suck. I wasn't ready for it yet, but it's like it's here. This team is bad.
There's no stopping it.
This team is just bad right now. And when you put Giannis on the floor, you've got a fighting chance against most teams in the NBA. But he's been so injured. He's been so beat up. I don't know when they do trade him. I'm not sure what his value will be because of all the miles that he puts on his body, because of how hard he plays, because this is his 13th NBA season. And the last several, he's been banged up at key times and for, at times, somewhat extended periods. And right now, this is maybe the longest extended period. I think we've seen his peak. We saw his peak in Game 6 of the 2021 NBA Finals, and it's been kind of downhill. He's had
50 piece.
He's had some good moments. Don't get me wrong. And when he's out there, he can still be an elite player, and he still puts up elite numbers. But we've seen his peak.
Yeah,
I mean, you put his numbers up against some of the MVP years that he put up, and they favor very well. We've seen his peak.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
And so is the rest of the NBA, and the rest of the NBA knows it.
Exactly.
But they still want him.
They still want him. I don't think they're going to be paying through the nose like some of these other trades that happened before for some of these players, like, the Paul George type trades and whatever else. Like those apparently aren't happening anymore. The way the NBA has kind of, restructured some things, second apron, whatever else, getting all those billion first round picks and players and whatnot for one superstar. Those trades just don't happen.
And you know what? I'm oddly okay with it in this sense. The Bucks got the best out of him. The Bucks got a generational superstar. The Bucks got to enjoy
relevancy.
Yes. But they also got to enjoy one of the best players that's ever played basketball.
Yeah.
One of the most physical specimens that has ever picked up a round ball.
Yeah.
One of the most hardworking athletes that you're ever going to come across.
Yeah, and he could have left years ago too. I mean, he signed multiple extensions to stay here. If he did, he could have not signed that first Supermax and just hit free agency and left way back then.
Yeah, I was listening to some old shows of mine over the weekend, and I was listening.
Feeling nostalgic?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
I was listening to a piece that I did. I think it was from 2019. It was from early 2019 on another station. And it was Colin Cowherd just begging Giannis to leave Milwaukee. That was 6 years ago.
Oh, man.
Almost 7 years ago. And maybe for nostalgia, I'll replay it at some point. Maybe I'll bring it back and
bring it back from the vault.
Bring it back from the vault. But it was just astonishing to me that we've been living through this when is Giannis going to leave thing for the better part of a decade now. And yes, they're not going to get the blockbuster. They're not even going to get fair market value because Giannis is still a great player. His career isn't over, but he has make no mistake about it. He made the turn at the clubhouse a while ago.
Yeah.
Just with how physical he plays. Age isn't necessarily a factor per se, but this is year 13. Just a lot of wear and tear when you get into the league that early. And he's got a ring. He's got 2 MVPs. He's already got a bust in Springfield. He's already in the Hall of Fame. He's already got more millions than he'll ever be able to spend. His legacy is secure. So now it's just whatever else is next. If there's another team that thinks, whether it's the Knicks or anybody else, who thinks that he can be that final piece to a championship puzzle.
Yeah, because he's got no help here. I mean, he's got nothing. I mean, Kyle Kuzma is essentially his number 2, and Kuzma doesn't even know what situation to not foul in. Like, that's not a great sign. We also haven't seen a ton of Ryan Rollins lately.
Yeah.
He's kind of been, taken out of the lineup a little bit. So it's just, it's such a tough roster. With what they have, and apparently, we're seeing rumors out there that the Bucks are trying to do whatever they can to help aid their roster this year.
Sure,
whatever trades they're interested in, either Zach LaVine. I don't know if it's going to end up being enough. I think there's just too much work to do on the rest of the roster, but I do applaud John Horst for trying, because as long as Giannis is in a Bucks uniform, you got a shot at least. So do whatever you can to try to build up a decent roster. Keep him happy, keep him here, and keep yourself competitive for as long as you can, because Horst knows. They're coming to the end of it. Once he's gone, it is going to be a long, long road back to the top, because you're going to have to wait until you can essentially draft a superstar again. And you don't own the rights to your own first-round pick for a number of seasons. And your first-round picks, in the mid-late part of the draft, odds are you're not going to get a superstar there. It is so tough. It's going to be another, Giannis type lottery pick. You got
to get lucky.
You got to get extremely lucky, where it's like, super raw talent, but could be a superstar.
Well, that's, leading up to the Bucks drafting Giannis. And I had said this for years in the late aughts, I guess, and then into the, early part of the teens, whatever you want to call them. Because nobody was coming to Milwaukee as a free agent.
No.
Nobody's coming because they had terrible facilities. The Bradley Center was a terrible NBA facility.
Yeah. The Cousins Center is a practice
Don't
facility.
even get me started about that dump.
Yeah.
It wasn't, the Cousins Center, legitimately, the Bucks, before the new owners came in, had the worst facilities in the league.
Yeah.
They were one of the only teams that didn't have a G League team. They had the practice facility was atrocious. I mean, the roof leaked, and Chris Middleton tore his hamstring when the roof leaked because it dripped onto the floor.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. It was small. It was cramped. They had one court. It was in a terribly old building. It was awful. And the Bradley Center was a bad NBA building. So you add all of those things up. You add up the fact that the team hadn't been relevant. You add up the fact that Milwaukee is a quieter city, especially in the wintertime. You add up the fact that the nightlife in Milwaukee, you couldn't go to the Deer District because the Deer District didn't exist. It was urban blight. There were so many things that were working against Milwaukee. The new owners came in, and I know that there's a lot of people who the new owners rubbed the wrong way, but you know what? You got a shiny trophy, and you got a whole new Deer District and a whole new arena because of these guys.
Yep.
So be careful about what you're bitching about. I know that they're not Milwaukee friendly. I get it. I understand. But
they did keep the team here.
But they kept the team here, and they invested in that part of Milwaukee, which, again, was so run down that there was no reason. There's a couple of reasons that people didn't go to the Bradley Center. If you were someone from the suburbs, you probably didn't feel safe going to the Bradley Center at times because it was in an area that there wasn't a whole lot of activity except for the fact that there was a basketball arena there. Now there's life down there. And does every big city have problems? Sure, absolutely. Sometimes bad things happen in big cities, but at least there's people around, and you've got a reason to go downtown besides the fact that there's a basketball team that has been pretty darn good over the last decade or so that plays at a really nice building in what has become a nice area of town. There were so many things that were wrong with the Bucks for so long, and I just don't want them to fall back into that. least the basketball team right now may fall back into that. But I said, getting back to my point, I'm doing the weed. Circling back to it, I just said the Bucks need to get lucky because of all of these things that are working against them. The arena, facilities, climate. Milwaukee's a smaller city. Team hasn't made it. All of those things. You need to get lucky. And the only place that you have the opportunity to get lucky in is the draft. And they had tried before with guys like Ejian Leon.
Yep.
Joe Alexander. He's a project.
Thon Maker.
Project.
Yep.
They got lucky with Giannis because 14 teams passed on him.
Yep.
John Hammond and his staff went over and scouted him. They think, this is our guy. And there was a feeling at the time, it's like, all right, well, this is going to go one of two ways. This is going to be another one of those, here we go again types.
Yeah.
Or he could be special. And we all know how that
like
turned out.
Bogoljub Markovic.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
another European guy. It's like, could be good, but where is he? Oh, he's hanging out over in Europe still.
Yeah. And that's the risk that they had to take. And finally, for once, they hit on it. They thought they were going to get, when the Bucks drafted Ejian Leon, they were thinking that he was going to be the next Yao Ming. I don't know why, probably because they're both from China, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's a big guy who had a smooth outside shot, but could literally do nothing else on the court. And he was out of the league in a couple of years.
Yeah. So, yeah, plenty of draft mistakes that they've made over the years. They've gotten almost no help from there at all. You can at least find some decent role players, you would imagine, later on in the draft there to help out the team.
Mm-hmm.
But, the couple that they found, like, Malcolm Brogdon, ship him out in a couple of years. Dante DiVincenzo, ship him out. Like, where are you going to, if you actually find the decent role players, why are you shipping them out?
To try to build something, to build special players around a championship caliber superstar. And I get why they did all of that. And I knew at the time, and I'm not saying that I'm, the biggest basketball expert on the planet, but I did know at the time that they're going to pay for all of this at some point.
Yeah.
You trade Drew Holiday. You trade for Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And then you trade Drew Holiday.
I think there's still, is it still this year's pick that's going to New Orleans for Drew Holiday?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I understood what they were doing. If you have the opportunity to bring in Damian Lillard, but you have to trade Drew Holiday, it's like, man, I don't want to give up Drew Holiday, but it's Damian Lillard. It just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Jabari Parker was supposed to work out. Parker was supposed to be it was supposed to be the Jabari and Giannis show. They were supposed to be still to this day running mates, racking up championship after championship.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be.
That's what Gary Wolfel thought too.
Tatum and Brown. I think Gary Wolfel is he still on Jabari's jock? Anyway,
he might be.
He might
I don't
be.
know.
But that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, Tatum and Brown in Boston.
Yeah,
that was supposed to be Jabari and Giannis here. It was supposed to be Shaq and Kobe back in the day. It was supposed to be Jabari and Giannis.
Yeah.
In Milwaukee. It didn't work out.
No.
You could say some of that was injury. You could say a lot of it was the fact that Jabari Parker was overrated and had about as much interest in playing defense as, my cat does.
Yeah. Your poor cat. But
why is Sophie catching strays? Come on now.
Yeah. Well, you're the one who threw a stray at her.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. That's what she gets for crapping on the floor. Go on.
Oh no. Oh, anyways. The Bucks draft decisions have not been great, and that's what it keeps setting them back because all these other teams, in terms of they just seem to get lucky more often, or at least they're just smarter. They're just better at scouting and drafting players because the Celtics aren't exactly at the top of the draft year in and year out. Yet somehow when they get there, when they get chances, they end up getting a Tatum or a Brown, or they end up getting superstars and getting them into the organization. You look at Marjan Beauchamp, doing exactly well. You turn him into Kevin Porter Jr. Great, cool. AJ Johnson actually looked like he maybe could have been something. Then he got traded. RJ Hampton, Jordan Nwora, Dante DiVincenzo. He was decent for a bit. Ship him out. DJ Wilson, Thon Maker, Rashad Vaughn. Like, you just kind of go down the list. It's like
one stiff after another.
Yeah. You're getting nothing. Isaiah Todd in 2021, second round pick. Like,
and then when you do get a guy, he's a flash in the pan. Brandon Jennings was a flash in the pan.
Yeah. Chris Livingston.
Ooh.
Remember him? Ugh. Yeah. Like all these guys. John Henson.
Who actually played here for a long time.
Yeah.
But he wasn't any good.
No. He was trying to put on weight. You know, Ball Boy Billy was trying to get him wings and food every chance he could get. Brother was trying.
He was trying. I give him credit. He was a good. Listen, he was one of the go-to guys because I had to cover that dreadful team. Those dreadful teams. John Henson was one of the only guys that was worth talking to.
Yeah.
John Henson, who's a fine human being and one of my favorite people in that era to cover, but it's John Henson. I mean, he was no good on a team that was no good, but he was actually a good guy. He was probably one of the better players on a couple of bad teams.
Yeah. Larry Sanders, who ran into some legal issues. He was decent before then, but
he had some mental health.
He had some issues
going on
there, but just I mean, you just go down the list and it's just oh my goodness.
I mean, but sometimes you just have to get lucky. I mean, you can look at the Golden State Warriors. Did they get lucky with Steph Curry? The player who was drafted in front of him was Johnny Flynn. The player who was drafted after him was Jordan Hill. So yeah, sometimes you get lucky. Blake Griffin was at the top of that draft list. You know who the number 2 pick was in that draft in 2009? Hasheem Thabeet. Because everybody, listen, and nobody questions it. Nobody questioned it at the time. You only have the information to go on at the time. When the Bucks drafted Jabari Parker, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because everybody thought that, okay, here we go. Jabari Parker's going to be the man. He's going to be putting up 28 points a game. You put him and Giannis, let Giannis develop. He was still very young at the time. Only played his rookie season, but you saw some of the flashes of brilliance that turned into a Hall of Fame career. But you put Jabari Parker next to Giannis. Oh my God, just here we go. Finally, the basketball gods have smiled upon us. Well, they kind of half smiled upon us.
Yeah. And you think you got those you think you got those guys, and it's like, no, ends up not being the case. Luke Richard Mbah-a-Moute. Remember him?
Yeah, Luke Richard Mbah-a-Moute from UCLA. Yeah, he was from Cameroon. I believe he was a prince from Cameroon. I think he was actual royalty.
Wow, look at that. Yeah.
But he was a good defensive player, but that's all you had to hang your hat on. Oh, that was a good defensive player. That's like Luke Richard Mbah-a-Moute. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah. In 2011, at 10, the Bucks had Jimmer Fredette. Now, I believe he was immediately flipped and traded. But you know who they picked him at 10th overall? You know who was picked 11th overall?
Nope.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, he turned out okay.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, he turned out okay.
Yeah.
So but you never know.
Yeah, but Klay Thompson went 11, Markieff Morris 13, Marcus Morris 14, and Kawhi Leonard at 15 in that draft.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking at the 2009 draft. Drew Holiday was drafted 17th by Philadelphia. 17th. He's a good player. Jeff Teague, all-star.
Jimmy Butler was drafted 30th in 2011.
Sure.
So, like, you can find guys later on in the draft.
Listen, even Michael Jordan was drafted 3rd.
Yeah.
There were 2 teams that passed on him. Now, one got Hakeem Olajuwon. That turned out okay.
Yeah, it was not too bad.
Maybe the most underrated player in NBA history. And he was
Hall of Famer.
People recognize how great he was. He still, I think, was underrated. And then Sam Bowie.
Yeah.
That one tough look for Portland.
Yeah, it's not great.
So you never know.
You never know.
The Houston Rockets, if they had to do it over again, as great as Hakeem Olajuwon was, I mean, he's got a statue outside the Toyota Center. They would have drafted Jordan, as great as Hakeem Olajuwon was. Or the Trailblazers would have passed on Sam Bowie, and they would have drafted Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, there's this whole sliding doors effect, this whole butterfly effect of if one guy falls, then who's next up on your board? And the Bucks generally haven't been very good at that.
No.
Haven't been very lucky about that, but they did hit on Giannis.
They did. They were able to get lucky there. Yeah, sometimes you gotta create your own luck, and you gotta find ways to identify those superstar players and and put together some really good teams, and they haven't been able to do it these past several years.
You can hit us up on the talk and text line at 877-794-1973, the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line, if you will. We're going to spin through some of your messages that have come through in the last couple minutes. Also, we'll hear from Packers head coach Matt LaFleur on the other side as well. Stay with us. It's D.N.D. Doug, Nick, and Dave without, what was that? Was that? That sounded like thunder.
Yeah, it's explosions. It's Snoopy's Christmas.
Oh, well, everybody loves Snoopy.
Absolutely, everyone loves Snoopy.
You don't love Snoopy. That says more about you than it does about anybody else.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nick is back tomorrow. It's D.N.D. Doug, Nick, Liz, and Dave. It's St. Nicholas.
There we go. Got to be careful there.
It's Monday. Yeah, right. Stay with us on the game.
To do it again was the night before Christmas, 40 below, when Snoopy went up in search of his foe. Spied the Red Baron, fiercely they fought, with ice on his wings, Snoopy knew it was caught.
Want to watch D.N.D? They're live on YouTube, Facebook, and X right now.
There you go.
There we go.
Just search 97.3 The Game. The Packers lose their second straight, falling in Chicago.
Motion by ball mountain to the left. They fumble the snap and picking it up and covered up on the play is Emmanuel Wilson. Snap went right through the hands of Malik Willis. Emmanuel Wilson recovered. It's Bears ball on a turnover of downs. Wow. Oh, what a way for that thing to end.
Where do the Packers go from here?
What I think this is going to be our last loss of the year, and I think we're going to rally because of the people we got in this locker room.
We're talking about what's next for the Pack. Unbelievable. All day on The Game. In Wisconsin, we experienced some amazing sports moments in 2025. Here is one of our favorites.
And he pulls this one deep to left center, way back, and gone! The Brewers strike first in Game 5. And Vaughn with a drive, left field, pretty deep. This ball is gone! Andrew Vaughn has vaulted the Brewers into the lead in Game 5. Terang the battle. And Terang drives one, center field, way back there! Gone! Bryce Terang, his biggest swing as a Brewer. A huge homer in the 7th. Cubs down to their final out. Carson Kelly grounded to short. Ortiz makes the play. Ball game over. The Brewers will play for the pennant.
Excited for more celebrations in 2026.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Neil Sean of Journey to reflect on those who inspired and motivated him.
My dad was a big fan of Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Quincy Jones, Bolasete. I mean, he turned me on to all the greatest jazz musicians because he was a jazzer. And yeah, I grew up with all that. And then I got myself, I kind of went towards the blues. I started listening a lot to, Albert King. I started jamming around in the city a lot. At Stone Corner, which was Michael Bloomfield's old club in San Francisco, with Bishop, and I made friends with Elvin. Elvin took me to Fillmore West in San Francisco, introduced me to BB, and I remember being on stage with BB when I was 13, with Bill Graham. Met Bill Graham too. It was just amazing time.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Neil Sean and all your favorite artists.
Well, when I was a boy, we used to all gather during Christmas time. All my grandfather's children used to gather there at the old homestead on the farm. And being immigrant grandparents, we did a lot of the things that were old time and came from the old country. The kids would come and everybody would sleep on the floor. And then early in the morning after we came back from midnight mass, we would all gather around the table, and then Santa Claus would have already been, so then they'd start opening up all the presents. And shortly thereafter, Grandma would always call us all together at the table again, and then we'd have lots of food, good fellowship, and lots of love.
Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1972.
He was singing bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove a Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die.
1972, Don McLean goes to number 1 with the single and album American Pie. Paul Simon's solo debut gives him a top 10 hit, Mother and Child Reunion. Fast forward to March, where Neil Young has a number 1 album and a number 1 single with Heart of Gold. And Deep Purple released their quintessential album Machine Head, which goes to number 1 in the UK, number 7 in the US, and features the classic hit Smoke on the Water. Also in March, the band America releases their debut album. It goes to number 1 and yields a number 1 single with Horse with No Name.
See, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1972. Coming up.
It's all cold down along the beach. The wind's whipping down the boardwalk.
This is more my speed when it comes to Christmas music.
Yeah.
Throw a little Bruce in there.
I mean, this is an absolute all-time classic one.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Oh, Christmas time.
Spinning through the talk and text line at 877-794-1973. Yes, Clarence is going to get a new saxophone.
There we go.
Rest in peace, Clarence.
Rest in peace.
His nephew is now on the E Street Band.
Oh, there we go.
Playing the sax. Does a great job.
There we go. He's got it in the blood. In the bloodline.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Max Weinberg's son has played drums occasionally for the E Street Band. So, I mean, he keeps it in the family. Yeah, you got to respect.
Exactly.
877-794-1973. We'll hear from Matt LaFleur coming up in just a couple of minutes. Let's see. Tommy in West Dallas writes that we have also had coaches for the last 20 years that don't play rookies, and in some cases, second-year players. That he's referring to the Bucks.
Yeah.
So
which, I mean, yeah, it's hard to get those players better if you don't play them. I mean, the best way to learn, the best way to get better is to play.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kavika in Maui writes, the owners have been great, but the Bucks need to turn it around before they sell. I'm sure the worth of the team has been cut in half since. It hasn't. It's only the valuations of franchises are only going up.
Yeah.
If the owners hang around, eventually the Bucks will be good again. If they leave, we are in trouble because half the reason that we have a ring is that they spend money. I agree. Maybe a new GM. Did I say that? Did you say that?
I don't know if we said necessarily new GM, but
I didn't say. I know I didn't say that.
I mean, we were criticizing John Horst for some of his draft decisions.
Yeah, but I mean, John Hammond had some bad draft decisions too.
Yeah.
He
got lucky with Giannis, but
yeah, valuations are only going up. And I have heard, now this is a rumor, I have heard that the only owner that wants to still be with the team is Jimmy Haslam. I have heard through the grapevine, it is a rumor, I'm not reporting anything, that the other owners want out. So
yeah, they got their ring. They want to get out.
Wes Edens wants to cash out.
Yeah.
So
and Jimmy Haslam is the one that everyone's kind of hating on. It's like, oh, well, ever since Jimmy Haslam got here, things have gotten worse because the Browns owner and the Browns are bad.
Jimmy Haslam has made some odd decisions as far as being an owner in professional sports, but he has spent money.
He has.
You cannot question the fact. Now he hasn't always spent it well, Deshaun Watson, but he has. But he has spent money. And if you're a fan of a team, you at least want an owner who's willing to write the check, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So
there's a lot of complaints about perhaps another team in town about not writing enough checks.
Correct. So is Jimmy Haslam perfect? Obviously not. But I have heard that Edens wants out. We'll see how true that is.
Yeah. Yeah, we shall see.
Somebody he bought it with Lazary for $450, so they split that in half at the time, so that's $225. He's going to make $1 billion probably on top of that when they sell, because sports teams' valuations have skyrocketed in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
All right, keep them coming on the talk and text line. Again, 877-794-1973. We'll hear from Matt LaFleur coming up in just a couple minutes as well. He had a lot to say yesterday. We will not hear from Matt LaFleur today because today is, so the NFL mandates that every team has a day off. Usually that's Tuesday. That's Tuesday when it's a Sunday to Sunday. So it's a Saturday to Saturday. So Monday becomes Tuesday. So we won't hear from Matt LaFleur, and then they'll have open locker room. Tomorrow we'll hear from, I don't know who the quarterback is that we're going to hear from, because if Jordan Love's still in the concussion protocol, we won't hear from him.
No.
So then will we hear from Malik Willis? Well, he's got a banged up shoulder. Will we hear from him? Probably. But we'll also probably, I don't know, I'm guessing hear from Clayton Tune.
Might as well. I mean, if I'm a reporter up there, it's like, hey, Clayton, you got a second? Let's talk to them about it, because I would have to imagine at the very least they're going to be elevating Clayton Tune for the game on Saturday.
There's no question.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, listen, even Malik Willis being banged up would necessitate that Clayton Tune gets elevated.
Yeah. But even if he's good to go, and even if Jordan Love clears concussion protocol.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to.
Well, I mean, good for him. Maybe he'll get back into an NFL game he was with the Cardinals. It's not like he's never taken an NFL snap before. Keep him coming on the talk and text line, 877-794-1973. But we will hear from Packers head coach Matt LaFleur coming up on the other side. Nick is gone. He'll be back tomorrow. It's just Doug and Dave, just your D's today.
Yep.
Here on D.N.D. on the game. Stay with us.
He's making a list, he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's loyal and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
D.N.D. will be back in just a moment. Where do the Packers go from here?
There were so many plays in this game that if they go different, or if we make a play, or if we don't fumble, or if we aren't 0 for 5 or whatever in the red zone. So it's never just one play. It's never just one phase. And that's why I have so much confidence with our guys, that these guys will rally around each other. They'll support one another. They'll lift the guys that need to be lifted up, and they'll battle.
We're talking about what's next for the Pack all day on the game. It's the holiday season, and here at the game, we want to wish you a very happy holidays. Enjoy the season of celebrations, and thank you for listening.
Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1975.
In November, Queen's fourth album is a worldwide smash with the single Bohemian Rhapsody. It hits number 1 in the UK and number 4 in the US. Fast forward to December, Bob Marley and the Wailers released their live album recorded at 2 concerts in London in July. And Paul Simon has a number 1 album with Still Crazy After All These Years. The album produces 4 top 10 hits.
Hop on the bus, you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1975 coming up. Now, a year in rock spotlight, 1970.
Don't keep me waiting here. Lead me to
The Beatles released the Phil Spector-produced album Let It Be. It generates 3 number 1 hits, Get Back, Let It Be, and their final number 1, The Long and Winding Road. The Kinks song Lola, about a romantic encounter with a transvestite, makes number 2 UK and number 9 US. In July, the Stooges released their second album on Elektra Records, Fun House. And British band Mungo Jerry are number 1 in the UK, number 3 in the US with the single In the Summertime.
Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find.
In August, Eric Clapton releases his first solo album and scores a top 20 hit with his cover of J.J. Cale's After Midnight. Neil Diamond scores his first number 1 with Cracklin' Rosie. September of 1970, Neil Young has a top 10 album with After the Gold Rush. War, an anti-war protest song by Edwin Starr, tops the charts.
What is it good for? You tell me. Say it.
Keep
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1970. Coming up.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Blondie songs that you've thumbed up.
Number 3.
One Way or Another.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one day, maybe next week. I'm gonna meet you. I'll meet you.
Number 2. Heart of Glass.
In between, what I find is pleasing and I'm feeling fine. Love is so confusing, there's no peace of mind. If I fear I'm losing you, it's just no good. You cheese like this.
Number 1.
Call Me.
Emotions come, I don't know why. Cover up love's alibi. Call me on the line. Call me anytime. Call me on the line.
Hear more from Blondie and similar artists now.
Search for Blondie on iHeartRadio.
All your favorite music,
All your favorite stations.
all free.
It started 2 years ago. It's both a Thanksgiving and a Christmas tradition. My husband is in the Marine Corps, and during the holidays, both Thanksgiving and Christmas, a lot of the men were not able to get leave. Everybody automatically assumes that everyone gets a Christmas vacation, but some of the military men do not. So what I would do, we had a tiny one-bedroom apartment with a baby, and so I would cook this huge dinner for both Thanksgiving and Christmas and invite all the men who weren't able to get home. And we might have a house full of 18 Marines. And they ate a lot. It was flattery to me that they liked it. And then they'd fall asleep on the couch watching the football game. And I was a very happy person.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
Sure, the weather's
but
not
the fire
terrible.
is so
Yeah.
delightful.
Well, compared to Miami, where Nick
And
is,
sweet
that's
no
true.
place
But he
to
gets to
go.
come home tonight.
After spending time on a
It
yacht.
doesn't show signs
With jet skis.
Yeah.
God only knows what else.
Yeah.
Or who else. Anyway.
Yeah, it is Miami.
It's true. Welcome back in, D.N.D. here on this Monday, December 22nd, Loser Turkey Monday. Packers fall in overtime. They collapse in epic proportions at Chicago to the Bears, 22-16, the final score. Matt LaFleur, Packers head coach, met the media. He will not do it today, but he did meet the media yesterday at Lambeau Field.
Jordan still in concussion protocol.
Yeah, I mean, that's a process that takes multiple days to get through.
Do you ever have any inkling on whether a guy's going to be available or not once they're in that process?
I would say, yeah, you might have a educated guess, but in terms of that's always a tough one to navigate. There's a lot of steps to getting through that. But I do think just my conversations with people, I have not specifically talked to him today, but it sounded like he was doing better.
What did you think of the hit?
What did you think of the hit?
The helmet, it also looked like Jordan ducked a bit, so maybe it became more helmet to helmet than it would have been, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was a hit to the head. I think they called it the right way, and it's an unfortunate part of our game. Sometimes it happens.
Not knowing Jordan's availability in practice or the upcoming game, does that change how you go about the week preparation-wise with that uncertainty?
I wouldn't say it changes our process. Certainly there's a lot of conversations that need to be have up until that point, but it definitely complicates things, but that's life in this league.
What did you think of Malik on film?
I thought Malik did a heck of a job. I thought there was a lot of great things that he did, and when plays weren't there, I thought he did a good job using his legs. It's great to have a guy like that can go in and you feel confident can move the football. It's crazy. Now the second time, at least in my career, where we've lost a game where we haven't punted, and it just so happens it's happened twice this season. So it's unfortunate, but obviously we didn't do enough in the red area. You know, can't have a takeaway there or a turnover there. We had a couple blown calls in regards to just the play calls and the execution of those. And you can't waste plays down there. They're so critical, everyone, and you know we weren't good enough.
What do you make of that? Like, you're best in the league by far if you take like 80% of your games, but there's a game here and game there where it's just hasn't been productive at all.
Yeah, but that's life in this league, and you got to find a way to overcome it. I mean, there's going to be moments where it's not going to be up to your standard, and ultimately, as a team, collectively, you have to find a way to overcome it. And unfortunately for us, we haven't been able to do that in some of those instances.
Malik's ability to run is obviously such a great weapon, but you don't have Clayton Tune available to you when he does it. You expressed concern the last time. This is like Jaden Reed, your next option. What do you guys do if something catastrophic happens?
Yeah, I mean, I think most teams in the league, you really you prepare for it and you take a little bit of time, but it's not like you're dedicating a whole bunch of time for those situations in the event that you need to have somebody come in as your third quarterback. Usually if that happens, it's all bad. So it's, you know, time spent, value received kind of deal. But if it does get to that point, I mean, you have to have some sort of plan. It's just, I haven't seen many of those that are very good plans yet up to this point.
How's your league doing? He looked like he took a big hit at the end of regulation, but then he had to throw to Reed in overtime. How is he physically?
I'd say he's pretty sore. You know, I mean, it's a legitimate deal that he's dealing with, and he's going to be another guy that just we'll see where he's at as we progress, and that further complicates the other problem.
Matt, who's your emergency quarterback?
Well, we have two guys that we can potentially go in there. Why?
Curiosity.
Okay. Josh Jacobs is one, and then Jaden Reed is the other.
As far as Malik goes, every time he comes in, it just seems like he moves the offense, to your point. I have no idea what constitutes a starting caliber quarterback in this league, but do you view him that way?
Absolutely. I think 100%. I think he's done a hell of a job. I think we've all seen it, right? I mean, when he's gone in there, we've been able to move the football. We've won games with him as a starter. So we've got a ton of confidence in him and his ability to go in there and win a game if need be.
Matt, you've coached quarterbacks in the league for a really long time. Obviously, you always say about the backup, well, we believe in him, we trust in him. Is it a little bit different with him, though, based on everything he's done, right?
Yeah.
What?
It's credit to him. It's his ability. What's so cool about it, and I don't know if you guys get the feel on game day when you're watching it, just how even keel he is. I mean, I don't think his heartbeat even goes up a blip when it's all of a sudden, hey, grab your helmet, you're going in the game. I just don't get any sense. He is just as steady as they come, and I think that's just a hell of a trait to have, because I think most of us probably would be a little bit different in that situation.
So what I noticed last night, you know, you would get Wilson running, then you'd run jet sweep. You might run a fake jet sweep, which sets back up the run. But that's sort of a Willis package, and is that something you prep for, like if I have to go to Malik?
No, I think that, so outside of a couple of plays in that game, the majority of it was stuff that we had in the plan, period. And it's just all that stuff kind of played off one another, and we just got to them more than we do, you know, in some other games. So that was just a byproduct of that.
Well, when you're doing that too, it looks like you can tire out your defense, your opponent's defense, right?
Sure. Yeah, I think there's an element to that. I mean, the way I look at, just the run game in general, I mean, everybody wants to see the big old uppercut to knock somebody out. And that's usually in the pass game or when you're getting a huge explosive. But if you're just chipping away at it, it's like body blows in a boxing match. And I think the more you're able to do that, it tends to wear down the defense a little bit.
So how do you get a backup quarterback ready? Like this week, Keyshawn credited Malik for being Caleb Williams. So just how do you get a backup quarterback ready during a week when he's not getting those reps?
Yeah, that's always the tough deal. I mean, it's a lot of it is on the individual, just making sure that you're studying the plan. There's times where, because in practice, he's not getting any reps with the first team offense. So it's how do you take the reps that you get in practice? We always try to put it in our terms. So you're getting, so you're going through that process the same way if we were calling to play. And some weeks it translates a little bit better to the plan that we have in place, and some weeks it doesn't. But I think just him being dialed in, taking the mental reps when Jordan's in there, and then doing stuff, whether it's an individual or post practice. That's a credit to him, to Sean Mannion, to Luke Getsy, to all the guys that are to tune, all the guys that are putting in that extra work to get ready to play.
We asked you last night about Josh not having another carry after the fumble, but he was on the field for the hands team, right? Was that an injury issue? Do you have clarity on that now?
Yeah, it's a lot of it was just, we all know what this guy's been dealing with, and he's been fighting to go back in there. I think a little bit of it was, I thought E was running pretty well, and so we kind of were rolling with that. But certainly Josh is as competitive as anybody I've been around in regards to his ability to get himself ready to play and to go out there and be effective. And unfortunately, it was a tough play, but it had nothing to do with why he wasn't in there, later in the game.
How do you come out of it?
I think he's pretty sore.
How is Romeo's wrist?
I'll give you guys updates on that later in the week.
Now, is it?
I don't think it's anything like too concerning.
Go ahead.
Can you explain what happened on the zero blitz on the tying touchdown? What was the miscommunication?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the semantics of all that because I do think there's some element of scheme involved with that. But obviously, we busted it. So we busted the situation because it's a shame. I mean, they had scat protection on, getting 5 out. We had everybody covered. We had a free runner at the quarterback. And I will say, not too many guys in the world can make that throw. I mean, he did a hell of a job drifting away from it, put it in the perfect spot. And unfortunately, we just didn't have the defender where we needed one, or at least to make it a contested play. So it's just, if guys bust certain things, we got to coach it better. Bottom line, we got to coach it better. So when we get in those critical moments, that's when you have to be at your best. And too many times in the critical moments yesterday, we weren't at our best.
I got to coach better. We got to play better. How many times have we heard that?
I was going to say, we've heard that time and time again throughout the season.
Kind of. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur it was yesterday. It was the day after. He will not have a news conference or media availability today. Full media availability tomorrow. We will have his news conference live or live-ish on tomorrow's program when Nick rejoins us. Coming up, we got a top of the hour sports update. Dave Gasper will catch us up today as far as everything that's going on. The Badgers men's basketball team, they lose to Villanova, but they've got Central Michigan coming up in the 12 o'clock hour. We'll check in with 24/7 Sports Nick Osen and give us a primer on that. I'll have Bruiser's Bites, by the way, coming up at 1 o'clock.
Let's go.
So we'll look forward to that, and we'll play out with some Christmas music here on the game.
Oh, let us go.
The Packers lose their second straight, falling in Chicago.
And here it is. It pounds, kicks up into the air, and is caught. And the ball is loose. And a pile up outside the 45-yard line to the far right sidelines. It appeared that ball was caught, I believe, by Romeo Dobbs. And it's Chicago football.
Yeah, bro. Somebody got to be responsible, and I'm willing to take on 1,000% of it. Credit to them. It was a great kick right here. just on my end, I got to be better on securing the ball in a situation like that. But it is what it is, man.
We're analyzing every angle of what went wrong all day on the game.
Wisconsin Badger basketball. Back to the Kohl Center this Monday night when the Badgers host Central Michigan. Matt LeFay's pregame show at 6:30, tip at 7 on News Talk 1130 WISN. Here are the top Bryan Adams songs that you've thumbed up.
Number 3.
Run to You.
When it gets too much, I need to feel your touch. I'm gonna run to you. I'm gonna run to you. 'Cause when the feeling's right, I'm gonna run all night. I'm gonna run to you.
Number 2. Heaven.
Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
Number 1.
Summer of '69.
Standing on your mama's porch, you told me that it lasts forever. Oh, when you held my hand, I knew that it was now or never. Those were the best days of my life.
Hear more from Bryan Adams and similar artists now. Search for Bryan Adams on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music,
All your favorite stations.
all free. iHeartRadio. Here are the top Hall & Oates songs that you've thumbed up.
Number 3.
Kiss on My List.
Because your kiss is on my list. Because your kiss is on my list. The best things in life.
Number 2. You Make My Dreams. Number 1. Man Eater.
Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater.
Hear more from Hall & Oates and similar artists now. Search for Hall & Oates on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
iHeartRadio.
Here are the top Steely Dan songs that you've thumbed up.
Number 3.
Hey 19.
She thinks I'm crazy, but I'm just growing old. Hey, 19. We got nothing in common. We can't dance together. We can't talk at all.
Number 2. Do It Again.
Yeah, you go back, Jack, do it again. We'll turn it round and round. You go back, Jack, do it again.
Number 1.
Reeling in the Years.
Are you reeling in the years? Stowing away the time? Are you gathering up the tears? Have you had enough of mine?
Hear more from Steely Dan and similar artists now.
Search for Steely Dan on iHeartRadio.
All your favorite music,
All your favorite stations.
all free.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Rod Stewart to reflect on how supportive his family was from the very beginning.
To become a singer, a rock singer in their 60s, it was uncharted territory. And nobody knew how long it was going to last. I think my dad was secretly a little worried about my future. Apparently my elder brother told me once that he would say, I haven't said anything to little Roddy, but I'm a bit worried about his future, what he's going to be doing. But it's so important. I mean, they all encouraged me. Both my brothers chipped in to help me buy a good acoustic guitar. So I'm deeply indebted to them.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Rod Stewart and all your favorite artists.
Your attention, please. We are the game and the home of D.N.D. with Doug, Nick, and Dave. Weekdays from 10 to 2, live 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. Watch the show on YouTube, Facebook, and X by searching 97.3 The Game.
He's very knowledgeable, very intelligent guy, very personable guy.
Here's Dave Gasper.
Well, the Green Bay Packers fell to the Chicago Bears on Saturday, 22-16.
Boo.
And it all changed at this moment.
Watch it, a motion to the left, glove under center, single back offense. It is 1st and 10 of the Green Bay 17. 3-0 Packers, second quarter. Play action, Love, deep drop. Steps up, he's hit and sacked. Penalty marker down. And Jordan is down on the field. He took a full hit. Athletic trainers and doctors out to have a look. He is flat on his back near the 7-yard line of Green Bay, and now we get an injury timeout.
Got hit, helmet-to-helmet contact, concussion, and out for the rest of the game.
Yeah. So now he's in the concussion protocol. We don't know. I mean, we just heard from Matt LaFleur a few minutes ago, if you were with us. I don't know what it looks like for Saturday night.
Nope.
I mean,
neither does Matt LaFleur.
I mean, it's impossible to tell because that's the way the NFL's concussion protocol works. Once you're in the protocol, I mean, you have to pass certain cognitive tests to make sure that you are, okay to go on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. I will say that.
Yeah.
That having been said, it is unusual for a player to get a full-on concussion and be back in a week.
Yeah.
The way that the NFL
happened, but
it has. Yes, it has. I don't rule. It has happened.
Yes.
Not very often.
No, especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Makes it a bit more difficult. But yeah, so he's out. Malik Willis dealing with a shoulder injury. Clayton Tune is your practice squad quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
Practice squad for now, baby.
Yeah. He's getting elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Tune time.
There we go.
I don't know.
There's certainly puns and headlines to be made with that kind of last name.
Malik Willis can get close. Get close to pulling it off. But he was not aided by
Romeo Doubs.
Yeah. Or the Packers defense. Who you look at time of possession at one point was like 38 to 20 minutes. I'm going to look. I've got the stat.
I think it was. Yeah, like ultimately it ended up finishing.
That's what it was. It was at one point it was 38 to 20. It wound up being 38. Now it went to overtime. 38-57 for the Packers. So they held the ball for almost 39 minutes as opposed to Chicago, who had the ball for 26 minutes. Your defense shouldn't have been gassed.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, you can say that they weren't as talented because there was some next man up stuff going on, but you can't say that fatigue was a factor. Maybe the last couple of minutes it was a factor because they had to go right back out there, but they got just gashed. They weren't gassed. They got gashed.
Yeah. Big difference.
Huge
Big difference. Speaking of that defense and speaking of defenses getting gashed, the Pro Bowl, which is now being moved to a ballroom and a hotel. The fan
crying out loud. Why are we still doing this games?
The fan voting results are in. The Pro Bowl rosters will be announced tomorrow, but the fan voting results are in. Micah Parsons is the leader across the league at defensive end.
Sure.
He is the only leader at any position among the Packers. Chicago Bears have 10 players leading their positions. Drew Dahlman at center, Kevin Byard at free safety, Jaquan Brisker at strong safety, Nashawn Wright at corner, Joe Thuney at guard.
They've got a really good offensive
Jonah
line.
Jackson also at guard. They got the top two guys at guard.
No, their whole offensive line is really stout.
Torrey Taylor at punter, Darnell Wright at tackle, Tremaine Edmonds at inside linebacker, DeAndre Swift at running back, Devin Duvernay at return specialist.
Okay, he's a good player.
And they're leading the fan vote at all those positions.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Chicago's a huge market. They are really kind of feeling their team right now.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Pro Bowl teams will be announced tomorrow morning at 9:00 Central Time.
The Pro Bowl is nothing more than, like you said, it's
a dog and pony show.
They play it in a ballroom on a Tuesday now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's sad.
What are we doing? NFL, bring it in just for a second. Listen to your friend Doug for a second. I've loved this game. I've loved this sport my entire life. I used to love watching the Pro Bowl for a number of reasons. I think the Pro Bowl meant something to Packers fans of a certain age because in the 70s and 80s, when I was growing up and growing into football, Packers weren't very good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you saw was on national television, just those flashes of the yellow helmets along with the blue NFC jerseys in the sunshine. And I don't know why the turf field is a whole other issue. But you had the sunshine, the hula girls, the palm trees. They would show when they would do cutaways into and out of break. They go down to Waikiki Beach and show what was going on down there. And it brought you some life because the days were starting to get longer. Better weather was coming sooner rather than later. The Super Bowl had already been played, and it meant something. I can't put it into words. I understand why the players didn't want to keep hitting each other weeks after they had stopped playing football themselves. I understand all of that. But for the fans, that was it meant something. It meant something. And then it didn't. And you're trying to hang on. I get it. You're trying to just hang on to what you had. But it's gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone. So let us remember what it was. Celebrate it for what it was. Don't cry.
A game of the bygone era.
Don't cry because it's gone. Smile because it happened.
Right.
But it's gone. It's like the end of Ferris Bueller's Day Off when Ferris gets
go home.
Go home.
It's over.
It's over. And that's how I feel about the Pro Bowl.
There we go. Okay. North Carolina is making a hire for their next offensive coordinator, Bobby Petrino. He is joining Bill Belichick on staff for the Tar Heels.
It's perfect. That's perfect. I mean, Bobby Petrino. Let's see.
He got caught dating someone so he's younger than he should have.
So if you're Bobby Petrino, though, you're not the head coach and you don't have all the pelts on the wall that Bill Belichick has. I mean, the side piece that he had then is probably in her late 30s now.
Oh, man, that's practically nothing.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's up to. I
don't know.
No idea. But I would think that Bobby Petrino, knowing his proclivities, I mean, him running with Belichick, I'm sure Jordan has some friends. I'm sure Jordan has some sorority sisters.
Oh, I'm sure she does.
Or some adult cheerleader friends.
Yeah. I saw this Texas A&M rebel or the yell leaders for Texas A&M go viral over the weekend at just how lame their job actually is and what it is they're actually doing. It's this is your thing. These yell leaders
at Texas A&M. Oh, they're crazy down there. They got this first time.
I mean, they got the 12th man, which is great and all, but these yell leaders, you're watching them do this, and it's that's it. That's the cool job.
That's so I've told the story before, so forgive me if I'm plowing over, mowed grass to anyone else. But when I was down in Texas, when I was working in Houston, and they were playing. So Texas A&M was playing LSU. So this was 2012. This was Johnny Manziel's Heisman Trophy winning season. And this was also their first year in the SEC. So a lot of attention on it. And it was a Thursday. And a couple of guys from my staff came in and they said, "Hey, you want to go to the Texas A&M game? Can you get us some credentials?" I said, "There's no way I can get you guys 4 credentials," because I was going to go too. There's no way I can get 4 credentials for the Texas A&M LSU game. It's just not going to happen, but I'll try. So it was my executive producer, Mike Pearson. It was Juan Beltran, and it was Nick Sharara, two of our producers. And I was the sports director, and Mike Pearson was the EP. So I send a email to Texas A&M, their sports information department, saying, "Hey, look, I know it's last minute. The game's in 2 days. I get it. If you can't, you can't. But do you have 4 for Yahoo Sports Radio and for the game?" It was called The Game. The Game. It was the first game I ever worked at.
There we go.
The Game in Houston. And about 15 minutes later, they text back and say, "We don't have 4 in the press box, but we do have 4 sideline passes if you want those."
Yeah, I'll take those.
That'll be great.
Yep,
okay.
Those will work fine, I think.
You know what? I think that'll be okay. Yeah. Sideline will be just fine.
Yeah.
So we get down there on the field. This is the first Texas A&M game that I had ever been to. And it was an experience to see what you're talking about with the yell leaders. And I don't know if they still do this, but they let everybody out on the field to wander around after the game.
Oh, that's
like they
nice of them.
Come on out on the field, and if you want to take some pictures, I mean, it was bizarre.
Yeah. But they weren't doing that on Saturday because they lost to Miami 10-3, and Michael Irvin was going crazy. That was just an offensive struggle. Kicking was impossible. I mean, the way the winds were whipping around, I was watching Pat McAfee's kicking contest. Like they had this poor dude up there. Everything was getting pushed to the right. So he missed out on like $1.5 million. But then you're watching the actual kickers and they're missing everything to the right. The wind was blowing that sideways. It's like, oh man, that's tough for that poor kid. But yeah, the college football playoff, Miami beats Texas A&M. They will take on Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl Classic. Ole Miss beat Tulane 41-10, just beat them like a drum. They move on to take on Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Ole Miss, Georgia, SEC matchup there. Alabama beat Oklahoma 34-24. They will play in the Rose Bowl against Indiana. That should be a fantastic game. Okay. Alabama, Indiana. And then Oregon beat James Madison 51-34. They will play Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl. And those games are coming up on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
I'm looking forward to those because I still do, as much as college football has kind of let me down from the standpoint that it's a game that doesn't fully resemble what it used to because of all the money, because, when coaches leave early, and that's led to a whole Pandora's box of unintended consequences that have, I think, to a lot of people left a bad taste in everyone's mouth about what the sport is and what it should be. I still love the Rose Bowl. I still want to see these. I still want to see great matchups in these bowl games. I still want to have the orgy of the oblong, as I like to call it, on New Year's Day. You just turn on ESPN or ABC and you just watch great college football all day long. So I'm looking forward to those games. Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. Those will be fantastic. So very excited for that. And college football playoff, making it very exciting. In Major League Baseball, we had a bunch of trades end up happening. Wilson Contreras, the thorn in the Brewers side and Williams' brother, has now been traded from the Cardinals to the Boston Red Sox. So he is out of our hair in the NL Central, finally, thankfully. Enjoy Boston there, Wilson. So he ends up going for 3 pitching prospects. Also, we saw Shane Baz get moved to the Baltimore Orioles from the Tampa Bay Rays, so some movement there. So, and I would imagine we're going to see a couple more deals get done here in the days before Christmas because front offices are going to want to get some things across the finish line before then. Because once you get to that week between Christmas and New Year's, I think most front offices are like us. They don't really know what day it is. They don't really want to do any work. And it's like, let's just wait until January. Yeah.
That's kind of how that goes. Because that's kind of what the rest of the year is. Looks
They're
like.
Just like us, these baseball executives. They don't want to do any work between Christmas and New Year's.
Listen, I usually don't know what day it is anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I put the date. Last week I screwed up the date on the top of the doc that we have for the rundown.
You thought it was a day ahead all week.
I did.
You're like, today's the 17th, right?
I really did.
Oh.
I really did.
Yeah.
So
it happens. You know?
And well, especially this week though, too. I mean, this week has been it's Christmas on. So I asked my wife, so Christmas is on what? Is it Wednesday? She's like, no, Christmas Eve is Wednesday. Christmas Day is Thursday.
Yeah.
And then we're having some friends from out of town come in on Friday, having lunch with them.
Right.
So, and then Saturday's the football game.
Right.
So at some point I still have to produce Packers game day and then go up and, do it at Lambeau Field.
Right.
On Saturday afternoon. What time is the game? Is 7:20 start?
I believe so.
I should probably know these things.
Yeah, maybe. But hey, it happens to the best of us here. But yeah, the game's at 7:00 on Peacock on TV on Saturday.
Okay, sounds good. Looking forward to that. All right.
Yeah. Also, tonight, Badgers basketball taking on Central Michigan. So that's going to be a fun one at the Kohl Center. Monday Night Football, 49ers and Colts. Colts fighting for their playoff lives as they're trying to withstand the loss of Danny Dimes and throw Phillip Rivers back out there once again. So that should be very exciting game.
Definitely. Looking forward to that. I'm putting up the picture, by the way, of the me and my 3 Yahoo friends.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Literally, they're Yahoos, but it was Yahoo Sports Radio.
Yes, of course.
On the sidelines of the Texas A&M LSU game. Let's see, Mike Williams. No. Who played in that game? Johnny Manziel played in that game. I have to look at who exactly was on that Texas A&M team. It was a pretty good team. It was an entertaining game. But there are a bunch of future NFL players that played on that team. Tony Dorsett was hanging out on the sidelines.
October 20th, 2012. LSU won 24-19.
Yes, I know LSU won the game. I forgot the name. I forgot the score, but I do remember that LSU won.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Zach Mettenberger was the quarterback for LSU.
Yep.
Their running backs. Let's see. They had Jeremy Hill, Michael Ford, Spencer Ware. They were a couple of NFL running backs there.
Okay.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, there you go.
Jarvis Landry.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else? Kevin Minter had an interception. Brad Wing, the punter. He ended up having an NFL career there. Let's see. Mike Evans, Texas A&M. Ryan Swope.
Right. Yep.
Ryan Swope is the leading receiver, not Mike Evans, which is
interesting.
A little bit surprising, but yeah.
All right. I just put the picture up. You can follow. It's on X. You can follow me, or you can just look at the picture. You don't have to follow me if you want to.
If you want to, that'd be nice.
It's at Doug Russell. But yeah, that's the picture of us, October 20th, 2012, Texas A&M against LSU, and I'm in a cowboy hat.
There we go.
I look damn good in a cowboy hat. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, there you go. You could have been a country. You could have been a country singer looking in that cowboy hat.
I could have been. I have a cousin.
Needed auto-tune back then. But yeah.
But the thing is, I have no musical ability, but I have a cousin who is a country singer, just a local country singer. He's not, doesn't record or anything. He's really talented.
Yeah. Does he know Hunter's brother?
I don't think so.
Okay.
One's in Indiana, and Hunter's brother, I think, is not in either in the western part of the country or the western part of the state. One of the two. By the way, if you've ever seen Hunter's brother and Hunter next to each other, they could be twins, but Hunter's brother Sawyer just has longer hair.
Oh, okay. God, imagine Hunter with long hair.
Sawyer.
Yeah. That's wild.
Because he has a music video out.
Yeah.
They on the old Drew and KB show, they played it, and they've had Sawyer on a couple of times. And so I went and looked at him and I just had one of those out of body experiences.
Yeah.
Like, it's Hunter. No, but it's not.
Yeah. It's Hunter if he were musically inclined.
Yeah, I have no musical ability.
Neither do I.
My cousin Jeff Russell does. Yeah. Doug Russell, none.
Yeah, I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. Like it's bad.
I like music, but I'm just so terrible.
Oh yeah,
I'm just so terrible at it.
That's why, like, when I listen to it in the car, I just crank it up as loud as possible so that when I'm singing along, I can't even hear my own voice.
Probably best that way.
It is.
Same.
It 100% is best that way.
The Badgers men's basketball team, they lose to Villanova at Fiserv Forum on Friday night. We'll get some thoughts from Dave on that on the other side. Also looking forward to Central Michigan tonight. Nick Osen from 24/7 Sports is going to join us at the bottom of the hour as well. We're also asking what your favorite sports-related gift ever was for Christmas, because it is Christmas week. I have also tweeted out a picture of me and my Packers jammies next to my Trader brother in his Steelers jammies. And enjoy the wood paneling of the old Russell basement.
Oh yeah, that classic 1970s wood paneling. And
so that house that I grew up in was on Zillow because it was sold a few years ago. So I wanted to see what new owners have done. My parents haven't lived in that house since the early 90s.
Yeah.
Early to mid 90s. I just want to see. I mean, I can tell because they haven't done any structural differences with it. The kitchen is still kind of orange.
But, nice.
But they have put in wood floors in the formal family room. They put in some French doors and everything like that. But the basement looks completely different. They took down the wood paneling, and it just wounded my inner child. So that wood paneling that you see, the house is still standing. The house is still there.
There we go.
But the wood paneling is long gone.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Boo. Boo.
How dare they make decisions that actually reflect the century
was-
that we're living in?
And then I saw my what was my bedroom when I was growing up. It's tiny. Oh my God, it was so small. It is so
yeah,
small.
same thing with my childhood bedrooms. Like, you look back on it now, it's like, dang, this thing was a bedroom.
How did I live in this thing?
Yeah,
It's a box.
it's like, oh, wait a minute. Back then, I was like, 3'2". It's a little easier to have space back then.
And then you turn 3 years old.
Pretty much.
It's D.N.D, Doug, Nick, and Dave without Nick. Nick is winging his way back later on tonight. Hopefully he's enjoying one last day of sunshine down in Florida. He's checked in a couple of times, just sending some text messages of palm trees and salt water. I miss salt water.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk some basketball on the other side. Keep them coming on the talk and text line, 877-794-1973. It's D&D on the game.
The ones that look like Santa Claus, Christmas trees and bells and stars. I sure do like those Christmas cookies, babe.
Want to watch D.N.D? They're live on YouTube, Facebook, and X right now.
There you go.
There we go.
Just search 97.3 The Game. The Packers lose their second straight, falling in Chicago.
Straight I formation backfield. Motion by Kmet to the right side. Under center, Caleb Williams on 1st and 10 takes the snap, takes the handoff. Works to his right. Now looks. Rainbows. Deep down the left side for DJ Moore. Over the shoulder catch. Touchdown, Chicago. They beat Keyshawn Nixon. And the game is over. 22-16, Chicago. Unbelievable.
Where do the Packers go from here?
That's football, right? And you got to stay resilient. And I've said it many times. That's, in my opinion, whether it's football or life, that's the key. Just staying resilient. You roll up your sleeves, you get back to work, and you continue to fight. And that's what our guys will do.
We're talking about what's next for the Pack all day on The Game.
Well, I have 6 kids, and back when my son was going to be 16, the wife and I decided for Christmas we'd buy him a car. Our problem was we didn't have a lot of money, and I discovered that one of my neighbors had a 1954 luxury sedan in his barn. It had been sitting there for a number of years. So we went down and talked to the man. He was willing to sell it for $100. We worked on it. This was a couple of days before Christmas. We worked on it. We got it started. Christmas Eve came. I went down with my wife to the barn at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the car wouldn't start. So here we had all our family at our house for Christmas morning. The kid came down. We didn't have anything for him. A little toy car. It's the only thing we could come up with on Christmas Eve. Later that morning, we went as a group down to the barn to try and get this car started and bring it home for him. He had that car probably 6 months before he sold it. I think he got $100 for it.
Now, a year in rock spotlight. 1974.
In April, Diamond Dogs is a #1 album in the UK for David Bowie. It goes to #5 in the US.
Rebel, rebel, you torn your dress. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Rebel, rebel, how could they know? Hot tramp, I love you so.
In June of 1974, Chicago funk band Rufus, featuring lead singer Shaka Khan, score a #3 hit with Tell Me Something Good. UK supergroup Bad Company have a #1 album and a top 5 single, Can't Get Enough.
I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. Yeah, this one.
And Dutch hard rock band Golden Earring have a #13 hit with the single Radar Love.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1974. Coming up. Now, a year in rock spotlight. 1974.
In April, Diamond Dogs is a #1 album in the UK for David Bowie. It goes to #5 in the US.
Rebel, rebel, you torn your dress. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Rebel, rebel, how could they know? Hot tramp, I love you so.
In June of 1974, Chicago funk band Rufus, featuring lead singer Shaka Khan, score a number 3 hit with Tell Me Something Good. UK supergroup Bad Company have a number 1 album and a top 5 single, Can't Get Enough.
Can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. I can't get enough of your love. Yeah, this one. Woo. Oh, come on, baby.
And Dutch hard rock band Golden Earring have a number 13 hit with the single Radar Love.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1974. Coming up.
We call it Wagertainment.
All right, place your bets.
VSiN, every night at 6. Presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest on Fox Sports 920.
iHeartRadio. Soundtrack. Flashback.
Idolized as Earth's greatest hero in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Kevin Bacon danced his way into our movie screens in 1984's Footloose. The soundtrack gave us plenty to dance to, including the title track by Kenny Loggins.
Now I gotta cut loose, footloose. Kicked off the Sunday shoes.
For more great movie soundtrack hits, check out Popcorn Radio on the iHeartRadio app.
Melakaliki is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you.
I feel like I'm watching Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Well, we've got to be, thinking some warm, Christmas vibes. Since Nick's down in Miami with, palm trees.
Oh, yeah.
Beach.
Sun will
It's a very
shine
Hawaiian
by
Christmas.
day and all
Yep.
the stars
Even though he's in Miami.
Here's what I hate about social media is some Yahoo came on Threads. I don't know if you are.
I have not gone on Threads.
Threads is fine.
I don't
but
bother with it.
You can take it or leave it. It's not. They're not recreating the wheel or anything like that.
No.
But one of the things that I don't like about it is people that you don't follow pop up in your algorithm anyway. It's like if I follow you, it's for a reason.
Yeah. If I don't follow you, it's for a reason.
Also for a reason. So somehow I just for the first time ever finally got around to watching Christmas Vacation, and I don't know what the hype is all about. I can't believe that they put on network television some of the things that they did in that movie. And I'm like, first of all, what? Second of all, the movie's like 40 years old almost.
Yeah. Third of all, what?
Now, third of all, what are you talking about? The pooper's full? I mean, is that what the problem is? I mean, there is some bathroom humor in it, but it's a Chevy Chase movie when he was still, kind of in his close to prime.
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting to the end of the prime.
Yeah.
But he was still there. It was like, what? So they got snoozed. Actually, I think I probably blocked him. One of the things that I do on Threads is like, if you say something that's just so, and I'm not following you, if you say something that's just so weird and out of pocket, I'm just going to block you. I don't need this crap in my life.
Yeah, no, there's no point, especially if you're having those kinds of takes about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Get out of here.
Come on.
Get out of here.
Like, you're just wanting to be offended for the sake of being offended.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is the worst kind of offended.
Yeah, it's people who have an agenda who are looking for something.
Yeah, or trying to be offended for somebody else.
I want to be a victim.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make myself a victim.
Yeah. Except when most of the time they're actually the problem. But
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, they're actually the problem. But oh no, I'm the victim here. No, you're not.
So I put out a picture. I've tweeted out a couple of pictures on X, Twitter, whichever you prefer. The first one was me and my brother. We were talking about the wood paneling in the basement of the Waukesha Russell house back in the day. I don't know what year that was. Looking at context clues, I'm going to guess around 1980, give or take.
Okay.
So I'm in my Packers jammies. My brother's in his Steelers jammies. And Slim Westy on Twitter, X, says, look at the hair. Did you think I was always bald? I'm like
12 years old. Doug's he's already got the receding hairline. Just nothing.
I'm like 7 in this picture. What did you think? What did you think was going to happen?
And
the other.
Yeah. I mean, for somebody, I'm sure it's hard to imagine because they've never known a Doug Russell with hair.
Listen,
but,
I get it, but I was 7-ish, give or take.
Oh my goodness.
And the other picture that I tweeted out was me and my boys on the sidelines at Kyle Field, October 20th, 2012. For the Texas A&M versus LSU.
You got the cowboy hat, the aviators, and the flannel shirt. You were full Texan there, Doug.
Full Texan. I mean, you can't see the
full
boots.
Texan flannel shirt, the jeans. I can't see the boots.
Can't see the boots, but they're there.
They're there. Oh man.
And then there's Juan in shorts next to me, and then Mike Pearson, the coolest cat in the world, with his fedora, and then there's Nick Sharara next to him as well. That was a good crew. We had a good crew down there.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, but oh man, that is full Texan Doug Russell.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're in Aggie land.
That's right. 12th man.
We're home of the 12th man on the sidelines. Yeah, Mike Evans played on that Texas A&M team with Johnny Manziel. He won the Heisman that year.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
He was good. He was
in
decent.
College.
Yeah. I mean, that's where they give you the Heisman.
That is true. Yeah.
The Badgers men's basketball team, they lose to Villanova on Friday night. You had the J&K Security Solutions basketball postgame show. Tell us about that overtime loss at Fiserv Forum.
Yeah, it was a struggle for the Badgers. I mean, it was kind of a tale of two halves. First half, they could get absolutely nothing going offensively, just 22 points. Their defense was not great. Then the second half, their defense finally figures it out for about 20 minutes. They held Villanova to just 21 points that second half. The offense still kind of struggling to get into a rhythm. Nolan Winter was fantastic all night long, but John Blackwell was largely shut down again. He had no points in the first half whatsoever. Then they're able to get it to overtime. And then, with great defense, they got stops on 4 of the 5 last possessions. Like they were like locked down. Then they get to overtime and they just forgot how to play defense again. And
lapses.
They gave us, lapses on defense, giving up good shots, lots of fouls. In the 5 minutes of overtime, Villanova scored 20 minutes or scored 20 points. And then in the 20 minutes of the second half, they scored 21 points. So it was incredible what they were able to put up in overtime in Wisconsin, that they just ran out of gas, it seemed like.
We'll talk about that and all things Badgers athletics with Nick Osen from 24/7 Sports. He's coming up next. The Badgers taking on Central Michigan tonight. Dave will once again be on the call for the J&K Security Solutions basketball postgame show on our Madison Badgers flagship 1310 WIBA. So stick around after what we all hope is a Badgers win against Central Michigan. They should be able to beat Central Michigan because at the end of the day,
it's Central
Michigan.
Yeah.
Nick Osen's coming up next. Stay with us. It's D.N.D. on the game.
Here we know that Christmas.
You are listening to D.N.D. with Doug, Nick, and Dave.
This pains me to say this, but Dave's right.
Hey, why does that pain you to say? I'm right quite a bit, I think.
Middays here on the game.
Baby, right.
A tough loss for Green Bay and Chicago.
And here it is. It bounds, kicks up into the air, and is caught. And the ball is loose. And a pile up outside the 45-yard line to the far right sidelines. It appeared that ball was caught, I believe, by Romeo Dobbs, and it's Chicago football.
We're analyzing every angle of the loss all day on the game.
With the large family that we had, I'm the youngest of 9. We had a lot of fun Christmases in our house. We had a huge living room that was, how big was it, Mother? 24 by 24. And we always had 13, 14-foot Christmas trees, so they were huge. Of course, there was always snooping to see if you could find your presents.
Tell them about the snooping.
I think I learned my lesson the year that I went snooping in my parents' room and I found a beautiful white stag ski jacket. And I tried it on and it fit me perfectly. Oh, I knew I was going to be so excited until my sister opened the package with her name on it, and it was the white ski jacket.
That's what you get for snooping.
And the best Christmas present I remember, of course, with such a big family, there wasn't a lot of money to go around at Christmas time. And I remember opening up a plain cardboard box, but inside it was totally filled with homemade Barbie doll clothes. Best Christmas present I ever had.
Now, a year in rock spotlight from 1977.
In February of 77, 60s band leader Manfred Mann has a new band and scores a U.S. #1 hit with a cover of Bruce Springsteen's song Blinded by the Light. In March, Foreigner released their debut album. It goes to #4 in the U.S., driven by 2 top 10 singles, Cold as Ice and Feels Like the First Time. Philadelphia Blue-Eyed Soul duo Hall & Oates have their first U.S. #1 with Rich Girl from their 5th album, Bigger Than the Both of Us. Fleetwood Mac's album Rumors is released. It's their second #1 album in a row in the U.S., dominating the charts at #1 for 31 weeks. It spawns 4 top 10 singles, including the #1 Dreams.
When the rain washes you clean, you know.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1977. Coming up.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Prince songs you've thumbed up. Number 3, Little Red Corvette.
It was Saturday night. I guess that makes it all right. You say, baby, have you got enough gas? Oh, yeah. Little red Corvette. Baby, your mind's too fast. Yes, you are.
Number 2, 1999.
2000 party over, out of time. So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999.
Number 1, When Doves Cry.
Baby, you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
Hear more from Prince and similar artists now. Search for Prince on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Bryan Adams to talk about working with the legendary Jeff Lynne.
I think that one of the great things about Jeff Lynne, he's sort of able to become a member of the band, no matter what band he works with. So you listen to any of his projects, his signature is all over. It was serendipitous that we actually met up, and he asked me if I didn't want to cut a track sometime. I said, yeah. As soon as I got the track back, I was like, when are we doing the next one? Even Jeff was surprised when he got the track. I was like, wow, we got tons of other songs. And so I would send a demo that Jim and I would have written, and then send him the files, and then Jeff would use whatever he wanted to and replace whatever he wanted to and send back a master.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Bryan Adams and all your favorite artists.
Always watching, never reaching, but this Christmas I'm gonna risk it all. This Christmas I'm not afraid to fall.
Is more Kelly Clarkson?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Yeah, this is going to be all over the Russell household on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, this is on the same album. It's actually the title track for the album. Yeah.
Nice. I think you should be, hey, now it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Look at everybody. It's Christmas.
Look at that.
How about that? Who knew it was going to be Christmas?
Who knew?
Wrapped up in Christmas. No, wrapped up in red.
Wrapped in red, yes.
Wrapped up. All right. All right. Speaking of wrapped in red, is that why we're having Nick Osen on, and that's why you played it now? Because
that is
when you
why
think
I played
about
wrapped in red.
Badgers. I see what you did
That is
there.
why I played wrapped in red now. Wrapped in area red, wearing red at the Kohl Center tonight.
Nick Osen joins us from 24/7 Sports. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Guys, I'm doing great. Like you said, Christmas is around the corner, one of my favorite weeks of the year, and I get to talk with you guys, so of course things are good.
Well, sorry about that last part. Anyway, As far as well, first of all, we'll get to basketball in just a second. So when it comes to Christmas music, are we more of a traditional Bing Crosby or more of a modern Kelly Clarkson in the Nick Osen household?
Honestly, Doug, I'd say I've got a pretty good mix, and I will give my fiance a little bit of a shout too with that. I think we've got a playlist of my go-to is about 85 songs, and it ranges from Bing Crosby to more recent like Chance the Rapper, little Justin Bieber, Frank Sinatra. I like it all. Actually, the Christmas music is one of my favorite parts of the holiday. Basically, since Thanksgiving, it's about all I've listened to.
Not Halloween? You don't start it right after Halloween's over?
I didn't this year, Dave.
Good. That's a positive.
I love the Christmas season when it's Christmas season, because if every day was Christmas, no day would be Christmas.
Exactly.
All right. So
exactly.
Let's talk about this basketball team for a minute. What happened in the overtime period defensively against Villanova? I mean, I think they did some good things in the second half, but then the overtime rolled around and some bad habits kind of reared their ugly heads again, didn't they?
Yeah, really, Doug, there's no question that I think that second half, maybe 20, 22 minutes or so of that game was some good basketball. And obviously the Badgers crawled all the way back to tie it up and force that extra time. Now, I think in overtime, I do think there was kind of a human element. And I know I said similar to Dave on our great show Friday, that I think the guys just got tired because there were really only 5 or 6 guys that guard was counting on and was able to count on in a game like that. So I do think that was some level. They certainly didn't make excuses or anything like that. That's a little bit of my thinking. I just feel like when you get a little bit of tired legs, maybe the communication goes down a touch. And I was actually looking back at the quotes from the guys, and they talked about how they felt like they were really playing on a string and communicating very well throughout a lot of it. So I think that was a little bit of it. It certainly was not, effort. I really thought that they were going to win that game when they forced OT. I know that's not a huge leap to make at an essentially a home game. But yeah, it was unfortunate, Doug, because it was so possible to win. Villanova is far from a bad team, but that was one that obviously Badgers were favored, and you usually look for that to be a victory.
And looking on the positive side, Nick, because I know you like to look on the positive side of things.
I mean, it is Christmas week. Come on now.
It is. We got to talk Nolan Winter. I mean, Nolan Winter was absolutely fantastic in this game. As much as, some of these other guys struggled, Nolan Winter was thriving. 9 of 12 from the field, 23 points. The steps that he has taken, I mean, from freshman year to sophomore year, now in his junior year, I mean, he is just continuing to take massive steps forward.
Dave, Nolan has been awesome, and he has been awesome in nearly every game. Obviously, we talked about a little bit. He showed a lot of emotion post-game. He showed some during the game, obviously, just kind of intensity and getting up into guys, which I think is necessary. I think when you do look at this team, obviously you maybe wish it was a little bit deeper, a plug and play here and there, but I think at times they've lacked a little bit of that fire and intensity. I think that they would probably tell you that themselves, and I think that's something that Winter has brought just about every second he's really played. I think that he's always been obviously this tall, skilled, hybrid forward center, but I think that defensively what he's brought, getting a little bit stronger, working in the paint, I think it's a lot of good things. I think you're spot on that, I do like to talk a little bit of positives with you. And like Doug said, it's Christmas week, but I really actually do feel like other than the actual tally in the loss column, that was the biggest story to me on Friday. I mean, he continues to show why he can be an NBA player in the future. And I just feel like he is so important to this group going forward. You're obviously not going to probably see a huge test in the post against Central Michigan, which I know we'll touch on, but here in a couple weeks, some really good post teams coming up.
They do have a bunch of home games coming up, even to start the Big Ten season, Purdue and then UCLA. But more specifically, tonight against Central Michigan, and then a week from tomorrow night, December 30th, against Milwaukee. What do they need to accomplish specifically, not only tonight, but also against the Panthers, to get themselves ready for a tough Boilermakers team?
Yeah, Doug, I figured that'd be something that you guys would ask as I was kind of getting ready for the show a little bit. And I think it's to, first and foremost, deliver a really good and complete 40 minutes, right? I mean, we've seen it in spurts. Wisconsin is a huge favorite tonight. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, about 30 points, which is a pretty big spread, quite frankly. They need to just establish who they are, kind of take a little bit of that bad taste in their mouths from Friday and really lay it on the Chippewas a little bit, quite honestly. I mean, this one shouldn't be close much at all. And then in terms of kind of what you can see and translate, Doug, from this game to some of those great teams coming up, I'm looking for a really good game from JB. Obviously, John Blackwell, the superstar. It's been kind of an up and down last couple of games. That happens, of course, but I'm looking for a good game from him. And then I'm also looking for some of those guys off the bench. We'll see. I think Braden Carrington will be back. I know that things were at least trending better over the weekend. So getting him back into things. I thought Hayden Jones did a couple of nice things in some limited minutes Friday, and just kind of get that true rotation really, really set, guys, because obviously the competition is going to jump massively in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, and what about getting Andrew Rohde and Austin Rapp going in that rotation? Because those guys were practically on a milk carton Friday night.
Yeah, I think that, Rohde, I know I've told you guys as we've done our shows as well, I just think his role is a little bit different in that I don't think it's going to be always a ton of scoring necessarily. I think that as long as he's kind of playmaking and playing some good defense, which I think for the most part he did really on Friday, guys, I think that that's going to be fine for him. Rapp, you're exactly right in terms of just continuing to get him more comfortable. We saw so many flashes, obviously in some of the scrimmage work. Certainly we've seen it at practices, and I know he's very skilled. I think it's just been a lot of kind of adjusting comfort-wise, but absolutely, Dave, you'd love to see a huge night from either of those guys. I'd say specifically Rapp, though, just because I know that Rohde is doing a lot, even if he isn't necessarily scoring the rock.
Nick Osen joining us from 24/7 Sports. I want to change gears and talk some football because the transfer portal is heating up. What can you tell us about, who's leaving, who's coming back, any late breaking news, anything that the Badgers are kind of cooking up? Because this is kind of that silly season that we've come to unfortunately expect, where you get more announcements than probably you kind of cared for, but that also means that you can kind of restock the cupboard as well.
Yeah, Doug, I like the way you kind of wrap that up with, obviously, and I don't have the exact number on me as we speak. I think it's been like maybe 12, 13, 14 scholarship guys that have announced their intentions to enter the portal, right? And many of those were not surprises. Some weren't even necessarily going to have big roles. I think that when you look at the names that have really kind of hurt, Christian Allegro was somebody that obviously the staff had hoped to be back. And then a couple hours ago, it was reported that Eugene Hilton Jr. Is going to hit the portal as well. He's somebody that I really think you could have built on long term. There's been some buzz about other Midwest schools kind of in his ear. In terms of what the Badgers are working on, it's obviously really hard to kind of go into some of that right now when things are quiet. And, obviously the portal isn't officially open. Of course, there's kind of staffs and agents and everybody's kind of just in each other's ear throughout this time. It's a really interesting period and can be tough to cover at times, Doug. But what I can tell you is obviously Wisconsin was initially expected to be pretty aggressive with a quarterback, wide receiver, some of those spots. And now they certainly need to be at wideout. Obviously, with Hilton leaving, there are not a ton of scholarship guys back there. So I would expect, and when you just look at sheer numbers, 4 or 5 portal wide receivers probably going to be entering the program, from the transfer portal. Quarterback, there's been some names out there kind of circling a little bit. I expect cornerback on defense to be pretty important. Those are just some key spots. A veteran or two on the offensive line, just getting those guys set, Doug. And this will be a little bit more, public and intense in about 2 weeks, kind of that same timeline actually as what we were talking about with the Purdue basketball game, because that's when things really start and officially open.
Yeah, Nick, and you mentioned Wisconsin having to be aggressive and talking about quarterbacks, and you have to imagine they bring someone in. We're seeing some of these top names enter the transfer portal, and we've seen reports that maybe 1 year of a transfer portal quarterback could go for upwards of $5 million. But with the increased resources that were promised here to the football program, do you envision Wisconsin getting themselves one of these top portal quarterbacks this year?
Yeah, Dave, and you're right about those reports. It's always really, really, truly hard to garner. What I will say is, from my understanding, and things are going to be more aggressive than ever, okay, nationally. So things can change. But while it'd be amazing to grab somebody of that caliber, I personally am of the belief only one or two quarterbacks, maybe three, are going to command a number like that. I would expect not quite that number for a Wisconsin QB. However, they need to be aggressive. It's a huge year next year, and I can tell you, obviously, people in the program and the staff are very well aware of things like that. So, yeah, I expect whoever it is to be commanding a pretty good sum. There's looking to got to add at least one star wide receiver, right, with the names back. I'm looking at offensive line too. So you've got to kind of dole those things out a little bit. But as we know, QB is the most important, and you can't look to a quote unquote cheap out there. I do not see them cheaping out as well.
Do you get the sense that there's a frustration because of the way the system is right now? Not a woe is me or anything like that, but just kind of a frustration as to there's no seemingly end in sight to this, and there's also no regulation when it comes to NIL. And as you like to say, it only takes one to set the market for everyone else, because if one school pays X amount of however many millions of dollars for a player, then the next school has to keep up with the Joneses and things like that. From the conversations that you have with those inside the department, how much of that do they embrace, and how much are they frustrated by it?
Yeah, honestly, Doug, to be fully transparent, it can be tough, certainly at times, like I mentioned. But, whether it's people in this program or just kind of the national scope, I think there's a real recognition that, hey, if we're doing this, if we're in this, we've just got to kind of deal with it, because what I will say is it's happening to everybody, like all the no guardrails, no rules, tampering. It happens to programs all over. So I will give credit that I don't think, Fickle and these guys, like I'm sure deep down, yeah, they'd want some changes and guardrails, but no kind of, leaning in, frustrations with that, more so just working to take care of business and really get together a competitive roster.
Nick, last one for you here. We got about a minute left. I saw the top prospect in the state of Wisconsin for the class of 2027, Coors Loken, a tight end. He's got his commitment date coming up in January. Wisconsin, one of the final six. What are the odds Wisconsin's able to get and keep the top in-state target this year?
Yeah, Dave, I've had my crystal ball in for Loken for a little while now. I will be speaking with him at a basketball event, actually, over the weekend. So I'll be able to get a little bit more. But what I will say is I remain, pretty encouraged for Wisconsin's chances to land the blue chip prospect.
Let's go. All right.
Love to hear that.
Doug, can we give Nick the big brass J for the big J journalism?
Yes, you win the big brass J journalism award for the day.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nick. There he goes, Nick Osen from 24/7 Sports. Great stuff, and we always appreciate his insights here on D.N.D. And listen, I think that college football, and I've said this a couple of times, until there are at least guardrails in place. I don't have a problem with players getting paid. I've never had a problem with players getting paid, but there are no guardrails. And the only reason that athletic departments are broke is because they have collectively as a collective
they could be
group,
turning to private equity.
They've chosen to become broke.
Yeah.
Honestly, because if you're going to pay non-revenue sport, because Ohio State needed to pay their soccer coach $500,000 a year, everybody's got to pay their soccer coach $500,000 a year. That's lunacy, and that's how you go broke.
Yeah.
But the players are the ones that are generating the revenue, especially in football, and they deserve compensation for that above and beyond the scholarships and the education that is afforded to them. But they're cannibalizing, especially the non-revenue sports, so there have to be some sort of guardrails.
Yeah.
That's me on my soapbox. Anyway, I will get off of my soapbox. We've got one more hour to go here on D&D. I'll have Bruiser's Bites without Bruiser coming up. Stay with us, D&D. Doug without Nick, and Dave on the game.
A tough loss for Green Bay and Chicago.
Stack right, slot left. Williams takes a shotgun snap. Rushed hard by Brenton Cox. Throws right side of the end zone. And he's got White wide open. Touchdown. Corner of the end zone. A Hail Mary pass with Brenton Cox all over him. And Keyshawn Nixon, somehow, some way, didn't finish the play. Didn't get back there.
We're analyzing every angle of what went wrong all day on the game. The stockings are hung, the hot cocoa is hot, and the game is on your radio. It's the holiday season. Happy holidays from the game.
Milwaukee, home to beer, brats, and baseball. The best fans on the planet known to man. And who could forget those sweet, sweet powder blues? A symbol of blue skies, bat cracks, and ball hawks. To honor that, the team is introducing a blast from the past for the upcoming 2026 season. A blast so big, it might turn you blue. Introducing the brand new powder blue alternate road uniforms. So recognizable, it'll have you reminiscing on County Stadium and Harvey's Wallbangers. Just ask All-Star flamethrower Jacob Mizarowski. How are we feeling, Jacob?
Pretty good.
I must say you look outstanding. And now you too can don the blues, just like Jacob. Available now at your local Brewers team store. Go Brewers.
My best recollection of Christmas is when we'd have to go out and find a tree. And my mother always gave my brother $5, but that was a lot of money for us in those days. My brother always wanted a special tree. It had to be short needled. It had to have perfect shape. So we would walk, because we had no car or weren't, accessible to cars. We would walk on snowy Christmas Eves or snowy nights looking for the tree. And then we'd have to drag it or carry it home, and we put it up. My job at that time, I was 5 years younger than him, was to open the ornaments, because they were always carefully wrapped from the year before in newspaper or tissue paper. And we always used the same tissue paper. We unwrapped the ornaments, checked all the lights, and then he would trim the tree for the most part. And at the very end, we would put tinsel on the tree, the hanging kind of tinsel. It had to be applied strand by strand. It could never be applied just helter-skelter. And our trees were gorgeous. They were really beautiful.
Now, a year in rock spotlight from 1976.
Bob Dylan releases his album Desire. It goes to #1 in the States, thanks mainly to significant radio airplay for the single Hurricane.
Couldn't help but make me feel ashamed to live in a land where justice is a game.
Scottish sensations, the Bay City Rollers, finally score a hit in the U.S. with the #1 single, Saturday Night.
Saturday
In February, former Steve Miller Band member Boz Scaggs has a #2 U.S. album with Silk Degrees. Peter Frampton hits #1 with his double live album, Frampton Comes Alive. It would become the best-selling album of 1976.
I want you, show me the way. I want you, show me the way, night and day.
In March, Irish hard rockers Thin Lizzy's 6th album, Jailbreak, scores them a #12 hit single with The Boys Are Back in Town.
The boys are back in town again. Been hanging down at Dino's.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from 1976 coming up.
iHeartRadio.
Here are the top Pat Benatar songs that you've thumbed up. #3, Love is a Battlefield. #2, We Belong. #1, Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
Hear more from Pat Benatar and similar artists now. Search for Pat Benatar on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
What you waiting for? Let's go. Make sure to make us a preset on the iHeartRadio app so you can listen to us anytime, anywhere. Wisconsin's home for sports and stuff. We are the game.
You had to let it build.
Oh yeah, you got to wait for the drop.
Yeah. Welcome to 97.3, the Christmas music.
Yeah, sports talk that rocks.
And Christmas music. Isn't that what they're doing now? Christmas
Yeah,
music?
that is what they're doing now.
Okay.
So imagine this song has to have been played on repeat.
I would think.
Yeah. Arguably the greatest Christmas song of all time.
I don't know how you quantify that, but I'm just letting it run.
Yeah, might as well. When they bring out the pyrotechnics for this show, oh my god, it's incredible.
Have you seen them?
TSO, yeah, I've seen them a couple times.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I think they're playing in Milwaukee next weekend. Actually,
Well, they do make the rounds.
They do. They were up in Green Bay, I think, last month, and yeah, now I think they're coming back for like.
Do they
a few
play
days
in
after
July,
Christmas.
or is it just?
No, I think it's largely just kind of like the couple months at the end of the year.
I mean, then you can just go on vacation the rest of the year.
Exactly. Get ready for next year. Rest
How
up.
many people are in the Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
A lot. They've got quite. I think they've got two different groups that tour around the country. Yeah, bunch of guitars, violin,
pyro.
Pyro. Then they have like some like local actual orchestra people.
Oh, okay.
Like the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra will have like some people that like join in to play, some of the music.
Nice. Probably people saying, "Shut up and listen to music."
Yeah. But we're talk guys. We can't stop talking.
It is a talk show. I'm just letting it run.
Yeah, we'll just go through the whole song.
I need a baton. It just occurred to me. Are we allowed to play music on the stream or on the YouTube afterwards? Or is that just going to look like two guys just spazzing out to absolutely nothing while that was playing? Because the video without music is
something
wonderful.
else.
It is the video without the music. Oh, it's just
it was some content creation right there.
It was so good.
Yeah, fantastic.
And you can tell.
Now.
Well, I know, and
that was a workout.
Yeah, I got my world's tallest elf.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just imagine just all the pyro going off too during that last end. Like you're gonna be sweating during that.
The last time we did pyro in the studio, they really frowned upon that.
Yeah. The fire department was here. They didn't, they weren't exactly thrilled with that.
Wasn't great. So yeah. By the way, if there was anybody who has ever conducted an orchestra before, you just saw exactly how little musical talent and ability Dave Gasper and Doug Russell have.
Yeah, we have no ability to conduct.
I was like, you over there.
Hey, you. Just, the lines just kind of going in circles. Little half circles.
We muddle on. There's no Nick Brusewitz today, but that doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
He'll be back tomorrow. We think. We hope.
Hopefully.
We like him back. We'd like to see him before Christmas because we are off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes.
Back on Saturday for Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Packers game day starts at 3:00 live from Lambeau Field. So we'll be back for that. And then next week we are on again Monday and Tuesday and then off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
All right.
So we'd be off until January 5th.
Okay.
So, but the Packers are making the playoffs. So we're just going to keep on going.
Exactly. We've got to.
How long?
Press on.
When they won the Super Bowl the last time, they were the last team in. This year, they might be the last team in.
That makes sense. Yeah, they might be.
They had a lot of injuries that year. Got a lot of injuries this year. Anything can happen as long as you're still alive.
Exactly.
But we do have some business at hand first, and it's a little thing we like to call Bruiser's Bites. Bruiser's Bites is brought to you by Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, garages, driveways, skid-resistant, low-maintenance, one-day installation. Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, your trusted partner for premier concrete coatings. Call 262-804-8159. All right, it is probably not possible to have things gone any worse than they did for the Packers on Saturday night.
Under center, Caleb Williams on 1st and 10 takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Works to his right. Now looks, rainbows. Deep down the left side for DJ Moore. Over the shoulder catch. Touchdown, Chicago. They beat Keyshawn Nixon. And the game is over.
Yeah. That stings. Just right here in the heart. Just a little stab.
Right in the cockles of the heart, the subcockle area.
Yeah. I hate it when it happens there.
Wayne Larrabee on the call. The broadcast sounded great. As always, with Wayne and Larry. John Kuhn on the sidelines. The Packers give away a 10-point lead with 2 minutes left. A calamity of errors in all but assuring that they will be a wild card team. The final score 22-16 in overtime. So how do you shake this one off?
I'm very confident, knowing the character of the guys in our locker room, that they'll be ready to roll up their sleeves and get to work.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Cool.
Appreciate that.
Roll up their sleeves. Is it? That's another cliche along with next man up.
Good Lord willing, I'm just here to help the team win.
Yeah, we're just got to roll up our sleeves and get to work.
I'm just going to take it one day at a time.
Yep.
That's all you can do. Just put one foot in front of the other.
Try and help the ball club.
You just got to put your pants on one leg at a time.
Yep.
That was Packers coach Matt LaFleur, who actually got a huge assist from Aaron Rodgers and a wild ending in Detroit.
Two-man rush coming here for the Steelers. Goff guns towards the end zone. Caught, tackled short of the end zone. There is a flag as Amon-Ra St. Brown was, did they call a whistle? There was a lateral. There's all kinds of craziness going on here. The Lions think they've scored a touchdown. The Steelers think they've come up with a stop.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown, however. Number 14 on the offense. By rule, that penalty is not enforced, and there is no replay. The game is over.
And a lot of confusion ensues because the ruling on the field was a touchdown. This is at Ford Field.
Yeah.
That went nuts.
Yeah.
It's touchdown. However,
the penalty is not enforced, though.
The penalty was.
But
the penalty.
Game's over.
Was enforced.
Yes, he misspoke there, which added to the confusion.
Yes. Bottom line, game over. And the Lions, now they've got their backs against the wall. So the Steelers win 29-24. So Aaron Rodgers helping the Packers out and helping lead them to the playoffs once again. Because now the Packers need to just win one of their final two regular season games, or Detroit has to lose one of their two final games for the Packers to clinch at least the number 7 spot in the NFC. And let's be honest, that's what they're going to clinch. If they get to the playoffs, which they probably will. I mean, it's almost impossible for them to not make it to the playoffs, but they're not. I mean, they're a wild card team.
Yeah.
So next week's game against the Ravens,
a wild card team.
That is their last home game of the year.
Yes.
Unless something absolutely bizarre happens.
Incredibly bizarre. Yeah, because especially if they're looking at a 7 seed, like there is no way.
So for us, it'll be clean out the office day.
Ah, yes.
Up at Lambeau Field, as we do after the last game of the year every year.
It's no one's favorite day.
No,
it's
not.
It's always a tough day.
It's you bring the wagons up and like stuff
You
everything in there, and
yeah. Can you grab the trailer too? Just put them all in the trailer on the drive back.
No, I mean, I think at some point we're gonna have to go get the trailer because it's just kind of hanging out up there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Maybe just kind of do it all in one fell swoop.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, I suppose.
Yeah,
Stranger things have happened.
I'm just trying to think of ideas here, Doug. I'm just an idea guy.
I know,
Someone else has got to be the execution
You're
guy.
trying to save us a trip, is what
Right,
it
exactly.
boils down to.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So the Lions, they fall to 8-7 on the season. Who would have thought that? Who would have seen that coming?
I know, right?
It's almost like those coordinators that they lost last season actually helped them win games.
Whoa. Boggling the mind over here. Crazy. But
you know what this also makes it look worse? It makes the Packers' first 2 weeks of the season look that much worse because they were they beat two teams earlier this year in weeks 1 and 2 that were in the divisional round, and then in the
Conference
NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
They beat them both, and everybody's like, oh, Micah Parsons is going to be the difference, and this team is going to go to the Super Bowl. And then they absolutely lay a turd in Cleveland.
Well, like, just remember last year at this time, we were talking about the Lions and the Vikings battling for the top spot in the NFC and how unfair it was that one of them had to move down to the 5 seed in the NFC playoffs. And they were they were battling it out for those top spots. And now this year, both of them are going to be battling it out for last place in the NFC North.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah,
there is that.
It's amazing how things can turn.
Green Bay, as we mentioned, plays host to Baltimore on Sunday. Now, the Ravens, they're dealing with their own nonsense right now.
Huntley waits, gets the snap, back to pass, looking right, nothing there, looking left, now throws over the middle, caught by Zay Flowers, angles left, cuts back, lost the ball, and the Patriots recover. Flowers got it knocked away, and the Patriots have recovered the fumble.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, that didn't help your fantasy team at all.
Well, him fumbling did help me. Zay Flowers scoring the touchdown the quarter prior did not help me at all, but him fumbling did cost him, a couple of
I thought
points
Zay Flowers was on your team.
No. Zay Flowers is on Shannon's team.
Oh,
yes.
That makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah, so he ended up with 17 points or 17.7 instead of 18. They were targeting him quite a bit, and of course he gets the rushing touchdown, which was very annoying. But yeah, that fumble takes him down a couple of points, so that helps me a little bit. But I'm up by about 8 points. I've got nobody left, and Shanna has George Kittle going tonight.
Okay.
So I need a mediocre game from George Kittle in order to win.
So you're hanging on by a thread.
I am hanging on by a thread. That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
But we're right there. I mean, Bijan did well. Brock Bowers got a touchdown. A.J. Brown did pretty well. 9 catches, 95
How many points
yards.
do you have right now?
I have 106, and
Okay.
Shanna has 98.2.
I'm wondering if I would have been able to get past you last week if I would have beaten her. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's possible. I had a good team.
Let's look at the matchups here.
I mean,
you have 112 points right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they still calculated when you're out of the
Yeah,
playoffs.
you're in the 5th place matchup.
Oh, I'm actually playing this week?
You're playing Josh, and you are destroying him. Josh has 42 points.
I didn't even know I was still playing.
Josh gave up. He's got Jackson Dart out there, Devin Neal, who is on IR and not playing, Travis Kelce, who did nothing, Darius Slayton, who did nothing. Like, I think Josh just gave up.
He might have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll take it if I don't know if there's more money in 5th place than there is. I don't think there is than in 6th or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how that payout all works.
I think making the play should just get your money back.
Okay. Well, hey, that's a start.
But
so.
but by winning a playoff game, I get
a little bit more.
I think you get a little bit more.
Okay. Well,
if you win tonight,
if I can get past Shanna, then I'm going to get a little bit more than that. Then I get to the championship.
I believe that's
game.
true. Commissioner O'Donnell is back in the.
I'll have to ask him for.
Have you, by the way, have you walked past Commissioner O'Donnell, Dan O'Donnell from WISN? Have you walked past his office in the last?
Oh yeah, it's filled
It's
up.
like Santa's workshop in there every single year.
Yeah.
And it's amazing over the last 5 years that I've been here. I've seen his kids their Christmas lists have evolved.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
They've gotten a little bit older.
As they tend to do, yeah.
Yeah, so now he's got sports equipment for them.
There
in
we
his
go.
office that he's packing because that's what they wanted. I'm like,
There you
okay,
go.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the
Yeah.
Ravens, they are not dead yet. But they are 7-8. They are on life support.
Yeah, and especially with, Snoop Huntley in there and Lamar Jackson injuring his back, who knows what's going to happen with him when he gets Saturday.
Lamar Jackson had one of the most, I'm saying as a fantasy owner, one of the most disappointing. I think for me, he was the MVP last year. I know that Josh Allen won it. It was a close vote. I thought Lamar deserved it. And, you got that dual threat. I've spent, I think, a second-round pick on Lamar. I felt really, really, really good about it. And it just didn't work out.
No. Yeah, just like all the Bucs draft picks, as we've been talking about earlier on in the show. And
right now in the AFC playoffs, Houston, they are the number 7 seed. Tough division, obviously. Indianapolis, they are on the outside looking in at 8-6. So right now, the Ravens, they're still alive, like I mentioned, but 7-8. That pulse is flickering. So they're playing for their playoff lives coming up on Saturday night. The Packers aren't necessarily, they just got to win or Detroit has to lose one of their last 2 games. So I don't know what's going to happen, obviously, on Saturday night. I do know that both teams are pretty banged up. Both teams have quarterback issues right now because of injury. And it could be a really sloppy game.
It could be, yeah, but it's going to be a very exciting matchup on Saturday night. But yeah, you have a chance to bury the Ravens and completely take them out of the playoff spot. But also, they are kind of a cornered animal, and that could be when they're most dangerous because they know they're fighting for their playoff lives. They need that game in order to win. And they came close against the Patriots there to being able to knock off and get a win, but Zay Flowers fumble and Derrick Henry fumble as well. He's had a lot of those issues lately, which is surprising somewhat for Derrick Henry, but
yeah, what can you do?
Hold on to the ball. That's what you can do.
Well,
but,
that's true. You're not wrong there. Let's see. From basketball, the Badgers are in action tonight, hosting Central Michigan. Tip-off at the Kohl Center is at 7. Pre-game depends upon where you're listening to us right now. If you're listening in Madison, if you're listening on 1070 The Game, 1070 The Game will not have the game tonight. That will be over on 1310 WIBA. Also, 100.5 WIBA FM will have the game, and you can listen to it on the iHeartRadio app. If you're listening in Milwaukee, you can listen to it on 1130 WISN.
There we go.
News Talk 1130 WISN starting at 6:30 tonight. If you're not in Madison or Milwaukee, check your local listings.
Yes, exactly.
Tip-off, as I mentioned, is at 7. From the NBA, the Timberwolves, they beat the Bucks 103-100. The Bucks fall to 11-18 on the season.
They're so bad.
They are going nowhere fast. They're in Indiana tomorrow. We've got college football going on right now at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Yes. All right. Now, this is a game to put money on.
About 9 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Washington State and the Utah State Fighting Jordan Loves, they are scoreless.
Let's go. Here we go, Utah State.
I don't know if you've seen these videos that some have put on social media in the last, month or so. And they go around Lambeau Field, inside and outside, asking Packers fans, are you a diehard Packers fan? Yeah, I'm diehard, man. I haven't missed a game in 50 years. What college did Jordan Love go to school? I don't know.
Oh, no.
No idea. I know he's here now. I don't know. It's Utah State.
Utah State. Yeah, not exactly a powerhouse, but
that's just, listen, it's one of those things you got to know.
Yeah. Where did Aaron Rodgers go to school? Cal.
And before that,
Butte Community College.
Before that, Butte Community College.
Yeah.
Brett Favre went to Southern Miss. You have to know these things.
Yeah.
It's not asking for much.
Where did Micah Parsons go to school?
Penn State. Everybody knows. You got to know. These are just things you have to know where your star plays. I'm not asking where Darian Kennard went to college. I don't care where Darian Kennard went to college. Doesn't matter where Darian Kennard went to college.
Yeah. I don't even care where Rasheed Walker went to college.
It matters where Josh Jacobs went to college.
Alabama.
Matters where Xavier McKinney went to college.
Alabama.
Also, Alabama.
Yep. Roll Tide.
Gotta know where your stars went, man. You just have to know.
Yeah. Gotta know where you get them from.
Got it. Yeah. So, especially your quarterback. Come on.
Yes. Yeah. Come on. That's ridiculous.
That's a bad look. It's a bad look.
Where did Malik Willis go to college?
He went to Liberty. And
Yes.
before that, Auburn.
Yeah. There we go. See? Even the backup quarterbacks.
You got to know where the backups went. I think
Clayton Tune went to Houston.
he did. And his first NFL team was the Arizona Cardinals. I think that the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, was that the only game on the docket today?
I think it's the only one at least going on right now.
It's the only one that I see on my schedule.
Let's see. We've got a bunch of other finals here.
Because
Let me look at the bowl game.
Tomorrow, you've got the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl.
Ooh, yes.
Between
My
Toledo
favorite.
and Louisville. Or as I say down there,
famous
Louisville.
Idaho Potatoes, the only one today.
Well, today's your only opportunity to watch. Well, you have Monday Night Football today. Right now is your only opportunity to watch college football today.
Yeah.
The New Orleans Bowl, famously played in New Orleans.
Oh.
Will feature Western Kentucky and the Southern Miss Fighting Brett Favre's.
There we go.
And coming up, Ohio's playing tonight too. But they're
tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah.
Tomorrow night, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. UNLV versus Ohio, the Ford Center at the Star, the practice facility for the Dallas Cowboys.
They've got a soccer stadium there that, they play football games at sometimes, but they're playing a bowl game, an actual bowl game at an NFL practice facility.
I just also love that the Boca Raton Bowl is officially the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans. It says bowl of beans. It's not just the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl. It's the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans.
It has to be. You have to, we've had a couple of presidents named Bush. You need to distinguish exactly what Bush we're talking about. We're talking about
the Bush's baked beans.
Or it should be the Bush. But you know what? You add the bowl of beans at the end. That's marketing, right?
Exactly.
That's good marketing.
Yeah. Holy Toledo. Sorry, Toledo's in the game. I just had.
I understood.
Yeah, and then coming up Christmas Eve, we got the Hawaii Bowl, which is famously featuring Hawaii.
Imagine that.
Who would have thunk? I wonder how they got into that bowl game.
Listen, if you're Cal, you have to go to Hawaii.
No, yes.
That's not a bad road.
Famously, Cal is super far away from any sort of beach or Hawaii. Yeah.
Well, but if you're Cal, it's still a 5-hour trip. That's still a 5-hour.
Still 5 hours flying out there.
People don't understand that, how far Hawaii is from the mainland.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
You're in the middle. It's in the middle of the Pacific is where it is.
Exactly, the middle of nowhere.
You are as close to Australia, just about. You're just about as close to Australia, not quite, but almost, as you are to the mainland of the United States. That's how far Hawaii is.
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
Yes. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. We're looking at, I know this is riveting radio right now.
Oh, fantastic.
We are looking at how many days? Come on, app. Help me out. 53 days.
53 days?
Till I'm in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
So.
Okay.
So I know how long that trip is. I've mapped it out.
There you go. Yeah. And you're going to, was it Haleakala?
Haleakala National Park, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. I'm doing some island hopping.
There we go.
So I know Kavika is in Maui. I don't know that I will have that opportunity, but I will be on his island.
There we go.
Because that is
you got to hang out and get a beer with Kavika.
Maybe get some Kona coffee in Kona.
There you go. Yeah. Oh man, even better.
So we'll go over to Nay Willy Willy and go over to
sure.
That's where one of the
whatever
ports
that is.
Where one of the ports is. It's over by the Nepali coast.
Okay.
So yeah, looking forward to that. That's
Pearl Harbor.
Yes, I actually just bought Pearl Harbor tickets day before yesterday.
Nice. There we go.
So
it'll be a good trip.
Yeah. The last time we were there was 11 years ago, and it was so windy the day that we were going to go out to Pearl Harbor. So I rented a car for one day, and it was so windy the Navy wouldn't take anybody out there. It wasn't just us. They wouldn't take anybody out there. So you could see it from the shore, but you couldn't get to the Arizona. You could see the memorial off in the distance a little bit, but hopefully good weather this time around.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
And we will get out to Pearl Harbor.
There we go.
Once again. All right. That's all I have for Bruiser's Bites. I can tell you that Bruiser's Bites has been brought to you by Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, garages, driveways, skid resistance, low maintenance, one-day installation. Wisconsin Concrete Coatings, your trusted partner for premier concrete coatings. Call 262-804-81 59.
It's like I put you in a trance.
Kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
Which one is this? This is
the same one.
This is more. This is the same song?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Oh.
Sorry. Do you want me to pick a different one?
I mean, what else you got?
I mean, we got plenty over here.
Okay.
Let's see.
Shuffle the deck on me a little bit.
Okay. Keeping up with TSO? I'm guessing.
Keeping up with TSO?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Oh, I thought you said WTSO, our station in Madison.
No.
That's what I thought.
No, TSO, Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Well, as long as we're on WTSO in Madison, fire up some more TSO.
All right.
For our flagship 1070 The Game in Madison. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's Christmas week. Come on now.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. There's your Bruisers Bites. D.N.D, Doug, Nick, and Dave.
There's
Celebrating
no
the season. Well,
yeah.
There's no, I mean, Nick, we think he's back tomorrow. We hope he's back tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Yeah. This is nice. All right, we'll play out with some Christmas music here on the game.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
D.N.D. will be back in just a moment. The Packers lose their second straight, falling in Chicago.
Motion by Ball Melton to the left. They fumble the snap and picking it up and covered up on the play is Emmanuel Wilson. Snap went right through the hands of Malik Willis. Emmanuel Wilson recovered. It's Bears ball on a turnover of downs. Wow. Oh, what a way for that thing to end.
Where do the Packers go from here?
What I think is, this is going to be our last loss of the year, and I think we're going to rally because of the people we got in this locker room.
We're talking about what's next for the Pack.
Unbelievable.
All day on the game.
Wisconsin Badger basketball.
Back to the Kohl Center this Monday night when the Badgers host Central Michigan. Matt LeVay's pregame show at 6:30, tip at 7 on News Talk 1130 WISN.
My most special Christmas was the year when I was about 7 years old, and I had wanted a kitten really bad for so long. And my mother finally, one day, she told me to go out to get the paper in the paper box. So I went out to get my paper, and there was a note in the box, and I brought it in, and my mom said, look at the note. And it was from Santa Claus, and he said that he was going to be bringing me a special present if I was a good little girl. So I waited and waited for the week to go by, and I was getting to the point where I would be looking out the windows to see if Santa Claus was coming. When it came Christmas morning, and I went downstairs, there in a little basket was a little kitten. And on the tag, it said that Santa Claus had watched me and that I was a good little girl, and I named her Mistletoe. 7 years old, you're terrified that maybe somebody was looking in the window like Santa Claus, and I was not going to be a good little girl. But apparently I was, because I got my kitty cat.
Over the shoulder catch, touchdown, Chicago, and the game is over.
Time to bounce back as the Ravens come to Lambeau Field Saturday night. Coverage starts at 3 o'clock on WRIT 95.7 Big FM. Presented by Robert Hack Diamonds. They buy gold in Greenfield and Brookfield.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Luke Bryan songs you've thumbed up. Number 3, Down to 1.
Funny how time flies with a good girl on a good night. We were down to 1 a.m. listening to one more song. Thinking I want more than just one night out here with you alone.
Number 2, One Margarita.
2 pieces shaking, white caps breaking. We ain't feeling no pain. It goes like 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita shot. Don't worry about tomorrow. Leave all your sorrow out here on the floating dock.
Number 1, Up.
Looking up our whole life, raised up right in a town nobody knows. What a way to grow up.
Hear more from Luke Bryan and similar artists now. Search for Luke Bryan on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
A shark took her arm, but not her teenage desire to be a surfing champ. So next time life puts a little fear in you, just think of Bethany Hamilton hanging 10 on top of a heavy wave. That's real courage. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Rick Springfield to get some insight on his latest release, Rocket Science.
It's a guitar-based record for sure, and I love big hooks, and not a country record at all. It's a rock and roll record, but it does have some country elements.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more from Rick Springfield and all your favorite artists.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Keith Urban songs you've thumbed up. Number 3, Long Hot Summer.
It's gonna be a long, hot summer. Wish you'd be together with your feet up on the dashboard now. Singing along with the radio. Oh, it's such a beautiful sound.
Number 2, Wild Hearts.
Can you hear me? All you last ones who are really last ones keep shining your light. This goes out to the wild cards and all of the wild hearts just like mine.
Number 1, Somebody Like You.
Now there's just one thing, the only thing I wanna do. I wanna love somebody like you.
Hear more from Keith Urban and similar artists now. Search for Keith Urban on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Ted in the 920 writes in on the talk and text line. Just saw Mannheim Steamroller last night at the Riverside.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good show.
Yeah.
They come through a lot.
For sure. Yeah, they come through. I mean, they do a lot more of the, like orchestra, symphony type Christmas music stuff as well. So, yeah, they're good. I mean, I remember listening to their Christmas stuff growing up as well.
Let's see. In the 262, unnamed. So you guys think for sure that the Bears are beating San Francisco and Detroit and the Packers can't win out?
Not necessarily, but
I think they can.
Yeah.
And I don't think for sure that the Bears are going to beat San Francisco. I do think that they're going to beat Detroit.
The odds are not in the Packers' favor for winning the division. Is it possible still? I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess so. But again, it's going to take a lot of those things going right. And just one slip up either by the Packers or if the Bears win one game, it's over.
Only Phil. This made me laugh. Only Phil. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Halloween superstore of musical groups. Well played.
Very nice.
John in Milwaukee writes his best Christmas sports gift. Dad got us tickets to the 1967 Milwaukee Classic at the Milwaukee Arena. Wisconsin and Marquette did their jobs on one Friday night to create the Saturday matchup that we wanted. So that was a tournament back in the day.
Yeah.
So legitimate on tournament. And they had to win their games to face off in the championship.
And then everyone decided to start going to the Bahamas or Maui or, Jamaica instead for their tournaments.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Why would they want to go there instead of Milwaukee in the middle of November?
That doesn't track. I don't know why you would.
I don't know.
So the 1967 Milwaukee Classic at the arena between Wisconsin and Marquette, they did their jobs in one Friday night. They created the Saturday matchup. The losers opening night were LSU and Florida State. In the consolation game, Pete Maravich.
Oh, that's a name.
Has 42 points for the second night in a row. Remember, there were no three-pointers then. Dave Cowens had 31 rebounds.
Jeez.
31 rebounds.
Everyone else just decided not to rebound?
For Florida State as they won 130-100. John was 13 years old.
Wow.
That's great.
That had to have been incredible.
That is great.
Yes, that's what we're looking for.
That's great.
Yeah. Pete Maravich. Only recently upset by Caitlin Clark as the greatest scorer in NCAA history.
Let's see. Jim in Oshkosh writes, Doug, I stumbled on this at the YMCA this morning. YMCA Santa, a fun, different Christmas song. Do we have that?
I'm not sure.
The YMCA Santa?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I fired this one up on my
we have the YMCA by the Village People, but I don't think we got YMCA Santa in the system.
You saw The Grinch, right?
Yes.
That is little Cindy Lou Who.
Yes.
Taylor Momsen.
Okay.
She's now a rock singer.
Oh, nice.
So, but she channeled her inner Cindy Lou Who and embraced her, I guess, child actor in her. And she released with her band, The Pretty Reckless, Where Are You Christmas? It's just a whole Christmas album. It's just rock music. I'm going to fire that up and freak out my in-laws.
There we go.
Weekend.
That's
what's going to happen.
Oh, we got to freak out the in-laws.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to shuffle the deck a little bit and keep them on their toes, because in my Christmas playlist, there's no Bing Crosby.
No, not a single one.
No.
Okay, I think I've got like one or two of him in mind, but I don't have a ton.
I'm not against Bing Crosby. I've just sometimes I like to shuffle the deck a little bit and
something a little more modern.
Yeah,
maybe
something a little more, less standards. Less chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and a little more Cindy Lou Who as 28-year-old rock star.
Yeah, there we go.
So
a lot more fun. One of my favorites is, I just kind of played. I played Pentatonics coming back here, but there's another a cappella group that
Acapella?
What?
The Barton Bellas? I'm sorry. Go on.
No, their name is Straight No Chaser.
Okay.
And they have some really
the
funny...
Troublemakers. Are they affiliated at all with the Troublemakers? I'm sorry, go on.
I don't think so. But they've got some great Christmas songs. Such as Who Spiked the Eggnog, and things like that. Like they're pretty funny.
Okay.
Text Me Merry Christmas, things like that.
Okay.
Pretty funny. Pretty good stuff.
Tomorrow, I know it's not in our system, but I will put a version of The Pretty Reckless in. That you can fire up tomorrow. You don't have to do it today.
Yeah.
But I'll get that in the system for tomorrow. But we have got one more day of Christmas music. We've got a 3-hour show tomorrow instead of the usual 4-hour show, but Nick will be back tomorrow as well. So we will hopefully be regaled with tales from the yacht and the jet skis, and God only knows what other trouble they're going to get into down there.
Yeah.
Because
it's a bachelor party in Miami.
Bachelor parties are, by definition, supposed to involve a lot of nonsense.
Oh, yes.
So I know mine did.
Yeah. Yeah. The one bachelor party that I've gone to, it certainly involved some nonsense at 3 a.m. and a hospital ride or an ambulance ride. So,
okay. Well, unless somebody,
wasn't me, but
got concussed or needed stitches or something, then is it really a bachelor party?
Right, exactly. Unless someone, breaks their back, diving off of a short pier into 3 feet of water head first.
Well, that'll kill you.
Yeah.
Or could kill you.
Yeah, well, or break your back in multiple places. But yeah. Yeah, tough decision at 3 a.m. Especially when you wanted to make it skinny dipping.
Oh, well. I did that in the Gulf once. Was it the Gulf? Or was it the Atlantic?
The Gulf of America?
Well, we're just calling it the Gulf.
Which Gulf? Mexico or America?
We're just well, it was in Mexico, so it's still the Gulf of Mexico in Mexico.
Oh, okay. All right.
They do not recognize the
they don't recognize the name change?
They do not.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah. So it was because I started in Mexico, and this was also years ago.
Yeah.
But I started in Mexico. It was still the Gulf of Mexico everywhere then. And then it would still be the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay. But anyways, yes, continue.
But that was years ago, and I was also very drunk.
Well, again, this was a bachelor party. I mean,
yeah.
What are you supposed to do? Be sober?
No, it doesn't work that way.
No, not really.
All right. Let's see. We have a request for Play the Dominic the Christmas Donkey from Jason into Forest. I don't know if you've got that, but we'll bounce back with that if we can find it. How about that? All right. We're going to take one last break, and we'll be back on the other side and spin through some more on the talk and text line. Also get you set for Drew and Hunter in the afternoon. They're coming up in just a few minutes as well. It's D.N.D, Doug without Nick, and Dave on the game.
There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be
Want to watch D.N.D? They're live on YouTube, Facebook, and X right now.
There you go.
There we go.
Just search 97.3 The Game. Where do the Packers go from here?
There were so many plays in this game that if they go different, or if we make a play, or if we don't fumble, or if we aren't 0 for 5 or whatever in the red zone. So it's never just one play. It's never just one phase. And that's why I have so much confidence with our guys, that these guys will rally around each other. They'll support one another. They'll lift the guys that need to be lifted up, and they'll battle.
We're talking about what's next for the Pack all day on The Game.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Time for family, friends, and Packers football.
There is your dagger!
From your home for the best Packers coverage to you.
Touchdown, Green Bay Packers!
Happy holidays.
It's the happiest season of all.
My mother had always made Christmas cookies, different shapes of stars and Christmas trees, and they were really my favorite. And she always sent those to me for Christmas. And several years ago, I was stationed in Alaska, and I didn't get any present for Christmas. Spring came and summer came, and the postmaster there called me on the phone and said, "Come down here. I think I got a package for you from your mother." It was a nice box, and I opened it up, and there was a beautiful coffee can inside, decorated with Christmas paper and everything, and I tore it open, and it was just full of Christmas cookie crumbs. So I took it back to my unit, and a couple of guys in the barracks and I one night went out to a ice cream parlor downtown, and we put the cookie crumbs on the ice cream and ate it all up. It was a good Christmas. It came in July, but it was better late than never.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top 3 Blake Shelton songs you've thumbed up. Number 3, Honeybee.
You be my little Loretta, I'll be your Conway Twitty. You be my sugar baby, I'll be your sweet iced tea. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee.
Number 2, Happy Anywhere featuring Gwen Stefani.
Any map dot location, you're always my destination. You're the only thing that I'm chained to. I can be happy anywhere with you.
Number 1, Come Back as a Country Boy.
When I die, I want to come back as a country boy. No, there ain't no better life if you ask me.
Hear more from Blake Shelton and similar artists now. Search for Blake Shelton on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Are you ready for kids who eat healthy? Good nutrition can lead to great things. To find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed, go to mypyramid.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and USDA.
iHeartRadio. Here are the top Queen songs that you've thumbed up. Number 3, We Are the Champions.
We are the champions of the world.
Number 2, We Will Rock You.
You got mud on your face, big disgrace. Somebody better put your bag into your place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you.
Number 1, Another One Bites the Dust.
Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
Hear more from Queen and similar artists now. Search for Queen on iHeartRadio. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
I'm Jason Flom, founding board member of the Innocence Project, and my new podcast is Wrongful Conviction, available on iHeartRadio. On Wrongful Conviction, I interview a different exoneree every week and help them to tell their incredible stories of tragedy and triumph against impossible odds. You've got to hear it to believe it. Wrongful Conviction from iHeart Studios, available now on iHeartRadio.
Hey, jingity jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jingity jing, the Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 da.
It's the Christmas donkey. Dominic the Christmas donkey.
Dominic.
I like it.
This little donkey you never
There you go,
seen.
Jason into Forest.
When Santa
Yeah, you know,
visits
you
choice.
with Dominic, he'll be
send a request in. We'll try to fire that up for you. See, Jason in Port Washington writes in, can you play some Hawaiian Christmas music? We played Melikilikilaka.
Melikilikimaka.
That's what I meant. I know I butchered it as soon as it came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Some of those Hawaiian names.
Yeah. Very difficult.
Some are difficult.
Lots of K's.
No, lots of A's and I's.
A's, I's.
A lot of A's and a
L's.
lot of I's.
Yeah.
It's even in the state.
Yeah.
But that's easy to pronounce. But
Yeah.
There's-
But even then, that's Hawaii, not Hawaii.
no,
It's-
I Americanize
it's Hawaii.
everything. Listen, I'm going to Americanize everything. It's just the way.
Yeah.
I mean, like Deanna Gutierrez at Channel 12. I mean, she'll if it's a Latin name, she'll drop in from perfect
the
English
full accento.
to go
Yeah.
full accent, full Spanglish, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
Like, why?
yeah. I mean,
Do
it's
we
like-
really need to do this?
I mean, other than that, I think she's a very good anchor. She's a very good reporter.
Yeah.
But I'm like, every time she does that, I'm like, okay, I know it's proper.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm just going to Americanize everything. It's Barcelona. It ain't Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's Ibiza, not Ibiza.
Yeah.
Ibiza.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're a D-bag if you pronounce it Ibiza.
Yeah.
But Jason in Port says, can you play some Hawaiian Christmas music considering you're going there? Also, don't forget about Kanapali Beach and the Road to Hana in Maui. We are doing the Road to Hana. That's already mapped out. I've already got the car. I've already got my parking spot. I've already got, there is a state beach, the Black Sand State Beach.
Ooh.
Which is there. That's got a lot of apostrophes and A's and I's in it.
Oh, yeah.
That I can't pronounce, and I'm not going to try to butcher their beautiful language.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get that until 30 days beforehand, but I've got a reminder calendar.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. So the Road to Hana is done. Now, the problem with Kanapali Beach is we're not there that long. It's on the clear other side of where we're going to be. Clear other side of the island of where we're going to be. So I don't know that we're going to get over there.
Yeah. Just gonna have to make the trip longer. Just gonna have to stay there next couple of days.
Well, the ship will have a different opinion of that.
Yes.
And then it will leave, and then we
Yeah.
will have to swim to its next port.
That's not gonna go well.
And those are shark infested waters.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you mean they're home?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Shark infested as if they're not the ones who belong there.
But Kanapali is just north of Lahaina, and Lahaina is where
The fires were.
the fires were, but that's also where they play the Maui Invitational. And one of the only buildings that wasn't touched was the basketball venue.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
but the rest of the town pretty much
Burned to the crisp.
down. So they've been rebuilding. Good friend of my wife's former boss, son of my wife's former boss, has lived in Lahaina for years, and everything just wiped out.
Yeah.
Very tragic, but
terrible.
The tourism industry is something that keeps that state afloat. So
Yep. Got to support your tourism.
Got to support your tourism industry, and looking forward to everything that we're going to be doing over there, including Haleakala and Hawaii Volcanoes. At Hawaii Volcanoes, there's a bar that kind of overlooks. It's right next to the visitor center. It overlooks Kilauea just exploding.
Yeah, because Kilauea has been erupting a lot lately.
I saved some for us, will you?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying to the volcano gods. I know it's been erupting for a long time. My fear is that when we get there, it's going to be all dried up. I want to see some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I want to see like explosions and lava and all kinds of calamity. I want to be evacuated. I want it to be that bad.
Okay, that's one strategy.
I don't want anybody's house to be destroyed or anything like that. I just want just a precaution. Just a precaution. We think we need to evacuate everyone. I don't want any destruction.
But you got to be there for the evacuation.
Yeah, don't mistake what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because what if they have to evacuate everyone the day before you guys get there, and then all of a sudden it's just
that's no good.
Closed.
No.
Yeah, that's not as fun.
No. I want to be whilst we are there.
Yeah.
I want the sirens to go off and say, you guys got to get out of here. And then I don't want anything to happen. I just want it to be bad enough so they think it
alarm?
might. No, I want it. Well, yeah, I don't want anybody's property to be destroyed. I don't want anybody's life to be upended. I just want a little excitement.
I just want the excitement. I want the thrill of potentially dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've jumped out of airplanes.
Oh, really? You have? Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you know you're alive.
Yeah. When you're closest to death.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That's I mean, volcano would not be the way that I'd choose to go.
Not the
personally.
Well, it'd be fast, if nothing else.
Probably. Yeah.
That's not the way I would choose to go.
No.
Although, if you ever watched DR in the day, it wasn't a lava volcano or anything, but Dr. Mark Green, played by Anthony Edwards, he had brain cancer, and what they did was he wanted to go to Hawaii to see the last sunset, and that's how that's the best way to just be played off into the end.
Oh yeah.
They wheeled him out on the beach, sunset, and so did he.
Aw. Well, yeah, that's.
I mean, Anthony, the actor, is still alive. He's still very much with us.
No, okay.
But Dr. Green, he gone.
The characters.
Yeah, the character, he gone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's going to be a great way to go. Great spot to go. You know, I've been seeing these like videos pop up, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is a great bleed out spot." Like, if you're ever like bleeding out or something, and they just kind of like pan up to this like incredible view of either like this mountain or this lake or like something like that. I'm just like, what is going on? How did I get here? But it's a beautiful view.
Yeah, I mean, listen, none of us are getting out of this thing alive.
That's true.
You might as well make that last sunset worth it.
Absolutely.
Make it count.
Make it count. Yeah.
So coming up, we've got Nick is going to rejoin us tomorrow. We've got a 3-hour show for you on tomorrow's program. So we're looking forward to that. Then we're off the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And it'll be Christmas. And hopefully everybody has a great Christmas.
Yep.
We'll play more
ham and Christmas food and opening presents.
Whatever you choose to have for Christmas food.
Yeah.
And
Are you going to have pizza?
I'll probably throw one in. I don't make it a big production like I do Thanksgiving, because when you talk about traditional Christmas foods, really, I mean, okay, Christmas ham, sure, I like ham. Ham's fine. But nobody makes it like a big production like they do. They don't call it Ham Day like they call Thanksgiving Turkey Day.
Right.
It's just the turkey industry. They have just had such good marketing over the years that they make people believe that this is what you're supposed to do on this particular day. It's genius when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, Thanksgiving has turned from being thankful to just eating. It is a feast day. A feast holiday.
But if you're going to feast on the quintessential American holiday, make it something that you actually want to eat.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I mean, you're going to eat more if you want to eat it. You know, if it's something good that you want to eat, you're going to have a lot more of it. I mean, I still had 3 plates anyways, but still.
Enjoy that turkey when you fire it up in, mid-June.
Yeah.
Because if you loved it so damn much, you'd fire it up in mid-June.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's firing up like whole turkeys.
Why not?
In June.
Why not? If it's so damn good.
Because it's a feast day where you have 8 people over, or 12 people over.
You can have people. You can't have people over in June.
No, you can.
We'll see.
But you just generally don't. And if you're just cooking for yourself on a random Thursday, you're not going to be, having a whole turkey.
But if it's so good, you'll have leftovers. This is my case against turkey. It's like you don't eat it any other time of year because it's not good. And then you fire it up, at the end of November on a random Thursday because somebody told you to.
Yeah, but it works.
I'm a nonconformist. What can I say?
Okay. whatever you say, Doug.
Andy in Belgium, the fortune teller told me I was going to die by lava.
There you go. He's like, well, he told me this is how I'm going to go, so I'm just going to make it happen.
Oh, Jason in Port says the great banyan tree made it in Lahaina as well. It did. Yeah, one of the trees made it, so it made it as well.
That's huge.
Drew and Hunter, they are coming up in just a few minutes, and we'll be back tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock. Again, the 10 o'clock hour. That'll be taken up by the Carry the G radio program.
Yeah.
With
Nags
our
and
friend
Billy.
Aaron Nagler, and Billy Schmidt will be on that as well. Nick will be back tomorrow. We'll have a 3-hour program, and then we'll send you off into the Christmas holiday. Get your, listen, I want everybody to get in Christmas spirit and get your world's tallest elf sweatshirts out, and let's have some eggnog, if that's your thing. It's not mine, but if it's yours, that's fine. But also, let's have some Christmas music requests for tomorrow as well, because we are going to Merry Christmas the hell out of our final show before Christmas. See you tomorrow on the game.
The Packers lose their second straight, falling in Chicago.